we are live. But if we are live, great. This is FSL Week 5. This is your host, Freedom. I'm here with Seth also. So let's see. You know, there is usually a delay on Twitch. They play ads. So are we good on the Twitch side of things? I think we're live, right?
It
Yeah.
says
So
we're live now.
all right, great. So we're gonna start off with Typhoon Fusion versus Panic Switch. This is a code A match or code B?
It's a code B match.
Oh, code B. Awesome. Okay, so code
Yeah.
B. We're hopping right on to the game, guys. So I'm excited for this one. You guys may know Panic Switch. He was our manager for our Heroes of the Storm team. He's coming back playing StarCraft, joining us here. So that's really exciting for me. And so here we are on FSL.
FSL Season 3.
Ooh, you have a issue there with this thing, but okay. Anyway, here you go. On the top left,
Bottom left.
bottom left. Sorry, we don't have his intro because he didn't send it in time, but we will have it next time. It's Panic Switch.
And on the top right, we have our red Protoss. Yes.
Typhoon Fusion.
So guys, we will have intros for everyone. It's just that this one was a little bit late, so we'll have that for the next match for sure. That's part of the appeal of this whole thing. So what are we gonna see? We're gonna see how rusty Panic Switch is. I don't think he's been playing a whole lot of StarCraft. But he seems to be doing the builds just fine, and a fast scout here for Typhoon Fusion.
I think, well, I thought that, oh, that's a gas steal there, but I thought that Typhoon Fusion was going to open up with a Cannon Rush, but I guess he isn't. He was practicing a few games right before this, just doing Cannon Rush builds. And I thought he was going to open with that, but looks like it's a standard opening for both.
Okay, so gas steal. I guess you would make a Marine to get that out of the way later, or probably not. I think you still want to make a Reaper to scout, right?
Yeah, I think you still open up with Reaper Expand because you'll have a lot of minerals, and that's what he does. Except he didn't make a Reaper yet, but he did expand right away. Looks like there's some things going on up top. It's just scouting for Panic Switch. They were a little intimidated by each other in the lobby because both of them had a prestigious Masters.
Yeah, right.
Account. And so they said this is gonna be a high-level match, and take it easy on each other. But I reminded them that they're actually very evenly matched. They're around silver to low gold level, and that should be a good game. All right, so we have Panic switched here, just standard opening. It's gonna have a tech lab right away on the barracks. Let's see if he gets stim right away. He does make a marauder, and there's a factory.
So you're saying what I noticed, right? Yeah, you can tell that he's not like he plays, he understands the game, but if he doesn't put the factory on the top, he puts it at the bottom. These are like minor things to show you that he may be rusty, right? Or whatever the case may be.
Or he's
right?
just
like
probably winging it right now.
He's just
right?
winging it exactly. There's no like look at this. The second building, the second barracks is down here too.
Yeah, but he does have the understanding of the game. Here is Typhoon Fusion I was mentioning earlier, but this is the newer Typhoon Fusion that we've seen from previous seasons, right? He's a little bit more practiced. He can get aggressive. Unlike before, his MO was just make lots of charge zealots and go for it, right? And so let's see what he can demonstrate in this game. He is going charge, but there's an expansion underway, so I like that.
And he's just the Typhoon Fusion's just hanging out here. I wonder why.
Let's see if he's gonna poke in as soon as that second stalker joins them. Yeah, there it is. He was just waiting for that second stalker, and then he's gonna see what he can get done. He's gonna poke in. This is, a few more Protoss than Panic Switch anticipated because he doesn't have enough units here. He's gonna lose several of these SCVs. Right? He's making 2 Widow Mines as fast as possible. The SCVs turn around and to fight, but they're no match for this the Zealots down there. So he lost
Yeah.
9 right there.
Yeah, he just got caught off guard there. That's
Yeah.
a problem.
Yeah, this is a good poke, good harass here
Ooh.
for Typhoon Fusion, but I think with the Widow Mines, he's just
Yeah.
gonna have to leave now.
Alright,
But
so
not bad. He got 9 workers,
yeah, that's a lot. 9 workers is a lot.
and he's even. Does he have? Oh no, I thought he had a forward pylon, but he's just rallying it down there.
Yeah, the other thing I noticed too is even though he killed a lot, look, Panic Switch is even on the worker count, so you can tell there's a
Yeah.
focus thing here. So
Yeah, he just wasn't making probes through it during that time. But this is an improvement from before, right? Where he made units and he's able to do damage. Right, Panic Switch is a little secured now with the double Widow Mine and a few bio behind it, and he's just nonstop making units.
yeah, so Panic Switch, maybe his timing for defending early pressure is not there, but he's macroing well, relatively speaking, right? He lost 9 workers, and look at him, he's ahead. He's producing the infrastructure. He's consistently making depots. You can see that here, right? He's adding the starport. Pretty soon, he's gonna have a scary bio force here. And if you're Protoss and you're not ready to defend against a
Yeah.
bio force, you're really gonna
Definitely.
get caught off guard.
It looks like Life Infusion's gonna be going on an offensive here. He does have charged finished, I believe. Now he's halfway through his blink. I think that's his
Yeah,
forward
charge is done.
pylon, so I think he's gonna start warping in at that forward position there and see what he can get done. But the bio, is swelling right now. There's a lot. He's just producing it nonstop. Now I'd like to see him make a few medevacs here because you stem all those bio, you need to start healing them up, right? But here's Typhoon Fusion is gonna do a harass in the back. Let's see where Panic Switch is at in terms of being able to defend this. His bio is out of position. Let's see, he runs all the way back home.
No,
this is gonna do a
he's
lot of
not.
damage.
Yeah, he's
gonna
not.
keep going.
He's fighting with the SCVs. And he does scare off the Protoss
Ooh.
force to recall.
Recalls,
but
but the damage is done. That's
16 workers, man. That's a
SCVs.
lot. Just three or 4 zealots. Yeah, I think he made the wrong decision there by fighting with the SCVs instead of just
It was just
taking his...
perfect timing to drop those zealots when the
Yeah.
bio force
And-
moved out.
There you go. He's actually
he's
gonna
gonna
send
be-
his forces home, I think. Yeah, he is. So there you
He's
go.
gonna need to bring all that back home because there's a warp prism now just warping in units.
Yeah, he'll clean it
Yeah.
up, but
He'll clean it up. I think this
22
game will
workers.
go on. But there's another big warp in here, but that's a lot of bioforce with
Yeah,
medevac support and stim. Yeah, they're gonna clean this up really quickly.
Yeah, at this point, any more warp-ins by Typhoon Fusion will only help Panic Switch, right? So let's see how his macro is to come back from this. I mean, typically in other leagues, this is game over. But here,
Yeah.
they could make mistakes and allow each other to come
Well,
back. So
I mean, if that bioforce makes its way across the map right away, right before Typhoon Fusion really makes a big, a decent sized army,
yep.
because I think the bio can still push through that. Now, if the immortal comes in, another immortal comes in, I think it might be tougher. But if he goes now, or even just picks him up and drops him in the back, or do some sort of harassment, he can get some stuff done.
Yeah, but didn't he? I think he went all the way home, didn't he? Yeah, he went all the way home.
Yeah, he
so.
went all the way home. But
Alright.
yeah, let's see. It's a Bioforce. It doesn't have upgrades, but it does have
Only one
stim.
pylon there. If he focuses on it, he doesn't. No,
He
battery either.
No shield battery either. So
Minus the immortal. I mean, it's not a scary force.
yeah, the Immortal can wreck the Marauders. So
Yeah.
there's only 2 Marines there. So I think this might be it. He just needs to go home now. He needs to rebuild his SCVs though. right now he's just
He stopped after a certain
producing.
point. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he's gonna lose all of this.
Oh,
Ooh, nice blink micro
this is
there.
actually good trade considering the number of forces here for Panic
Yeah,
Switch.
he wiped out. He got the immortal. He got a
Yep.
few stoppers, but
And he
I think
boosts out. He knows about the boost.
yeah,
But
stalkers on the
Blink,
chase. I think it's one more blink will take care of. But he stopped. So
all right. Well, at least
exactly.
I'm seeing with these two guys, they're kind of evenly matched. They're both kind of not. It's not apparent who is way ahead of each other, right? So that's the
Yeah,
point of this league, the FSL league.
I mean, the red Protoss sacrificed his APM for macroing to use it to attack early, and he did that well. But he sacrificed not being able to produce his economy as well as he could have.
Well, yeah, look at
And
that production. Typhoon
yeah,
Fusion hasn't made anything in a while because he's focusing on
ooh,
micro.
that's an aggressive blink of this
Yeah, it
big
is.
fire force.
I don't like this blink, but
Yeah, but he's
oh
trading.
man, it's not a good
Actually,
trade for.
it is. It isn't. But
He can
this
afford it.
was he can afford it, right? And he's gonna make it out. But
Nice.
Panic Switch, I don't think he can afford trading like this. He
But it's
doesn't have
still a
enough
good.
SCPs.
It's still. At this point, you gotta take some sort of positive trade. Yeah, Panic Switch is making workers, or he was, and then he stopped again. So, and he's continuously producing. That's the one thing I see compared to Typhoon
Yeah,
Fusion, right? Typhoon Fusion is doing like one thing at a time. Like he's producing something and then he stops and then he does. But he is doing
yeah,
high level the right things, like Prism
yeah,
Drop. Look, taking a third base.
it's good. I mean, they have a really at this level a finite amount of APM that they can spare, right?
Yep.
And so as long as you use it effectively, right, just like what No Regrets said a few weeks ago, right? You find what you can use your APM the most effective way, right? You can't expect you to have 300 APM to be able to
Correct.
macro,
Correct.
do all that
Yeah,
stuff.
absolutely right. And look at this big attack while a drop is coming from Panic Switch.
Oh, I think this might be
Oh, this could really wreck him, especially if
yeah, because there's a
yeah,
lot of damage being done in the main right now. So, and Panic Switch is gonna counter, but he's still so far away, and he can't do the damage as early as he'd like.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
and
at the
there's a
same
lot of
time,
zealots too. Oh
Typhon
man, this
Fusion's main army is not moving forward, so he's just kind of waiting there. But those zealots are really dangerous, right? Charge zealots. Okay, so we have a base trade scenario here.
oh, Panic Switch is gonna lose that command center. Just not enough APM to deal with all of this stuff. I'm sure they're overwhelmed. They haven't played in a while, kind of thing, right? So,
Yeah,
but
just
that's
getting the
normal.
rust off for Panic Switch. This is his first game. Typhoon Fusion already had a game last week,
That's true, and he's been
so
practicing.
and he's been practicing. Um,
One thing though, the bio army can survive. They can keep getting healed, and especially if you're sending these things one at a time, they'll be
yeah.
alive for a very long time. The
Oh,
key
there's more
for Panic
here.
is Panic just needs to clean up these zealots, which are really he's focusing on the army in
Yeah,
Typhoon
the
Fusion's
problem here
main
is
though.
Panic
Oh,
Switch
friendly
has
fire.
two SCVs remaining.
Oh, but look at
And
this on this side.
yeah, but the main force is going home now, so he's gonna be able to, you know, salvage his base and kick it. Well, you know what?
Did he lose his worker?
Yeah,
Oh, Typhoon Fusion has a ton of money though, so I think it's fine.
yeah.
He has
He just needs to
1700.
repower his buildings. So the problem is he has two SCVs, one making right now, and you said mules are good, but he doesn't even have a. Oh,
Oh,
I
he's
think
just
that's
gonna GG out, and he doesn't think it's a good trade, so that's GG.
yeah, evenly matched game.
Yeah, not
Uh,
bad. Pretty good game. Nice job.
Typhoon Fusion.
Typhoon Fusion taking game 1, guys. So we're gonna head on to game 2. We're gonna see a lot of rust in week 1s and 2s, guys, for the first games for these guys. And then they'll be settled into it. And then you know what they'll do? They'll start practicing a lot at home. And they'll be like, alright, I gotta do this. I gotta watch this. I'm gonna improve. That's what we're gonna see. So week 1,
yeah,
games 1 and 2, everyone's gonna be like this
and
until they
then
get settled.
season over season, they get a lot better. Then you start getting people like Very Cool who scouts his opponents' overlord movements and makes a makes a strategy against that.
Yeah,
That's
he did a
what we
lot
like
of
to see.
preparation on week
Yeah,
1. So that's the cool thing about it.
and that's what you want to see as these players get better and better. We can see Typhoon Fusion's progression on how he's getting better,
Mhm.
and we'd like to see that. So let's see if Panic Switch gets the rust off and performs better here. It's difficult to just get back in your first game to be able to execute perfectly, right?
Yeah.
So, but let's get this going. Have you seen any of
IEMs?
the IEM games?
Just the first couple games, and I had to head to the office, so not really
There have
all
been
of them.
two or three memorable moments already.
Oh, I can't wait to watch.
FSL Season 3.
Alright guys, this is game 2 with this Protoss taking the first game. He is...
Typhoon Fusion.
And spawning in the bottom right corner, we have our red Terran. He is Panic Switch.
So he, in his name, and I see it Panic switched with the ED, I thought, and then this time it doesn't have it, so I'm not sure if I remember it correctly. But either way, it's an interesting name, Panic Switch. Like it's not a panic button, but a
And
panic switch.
And it's just like a fusion by Typhoon and Fusion. Right? They're starting to put these two words together.
Or Dark Menace, or Sir Maligan. Oh wait, no, that doesn't count. Then you have the single name people.
So I think this is the one that he's been practicing here.
Oh, he
He's gonna get
closed.
blocked. Oh, that's
He
a good
closed
move
it,
here
but
by
he
Panic
actually,
Switch.
yeah, and then he needs to go back to making the barracks though.
Yeah, because you need that barracks as soon as possible. But
Yeah.
that is a good block. He pulled off
there you
the
go.
construction
Hmm.
to make that immediate.
And he's gonna cannon rush, so that's actually really smart to close that. If you suspect, right? Because did he scout that? Like, how did he? Yeah, well, I'm confused. Where's the SCV? Is there an SCV that the scout? Or he didn't scout?
Yeah,
He just saw.
there's a proxy barracks out there.
Ah, I see. So I see what happened. So the SCV saw a probe out really fast, right? So
Yep.
then what you want to do, and I've read this, people do close this so you can't even cannon inside, right? So you'd have to cannon from the outside. So that's a
But
smart move.
But that cannon is definitely going to finish. He's
gonna do
going to
damage.
lose. Yeah, it's gonna do damage. He's gonna lose at least that one supply depot.
He needs a
But
bunker, man.
yeah, he
Buy
might need
time.
a bunker. So I like this that Typhoon Fusion is making a zealot on his base, on his main base.
Yep. Ooh,
You need to target that.
you need
No,
to kill the probe. Yeah, kill the
Kill the
probe, so the
probe.
vision isn't given. There you go. Oh,
you need to run back.
kill that probe, man.
And
One more shot. One more shot in the probe, and that'll shut down this completely, guys. That's how it works.
Yeah.
But there's a zealot here, and there's a proxy something. Oh, double
Ooh.
proxy racks.
with
Wow.
a reactor.
And Typhoon Fusion is actually going home. He's not gonna continue this. So
Well, he needs
very
one more.
lucky, very lucky for type. Because I think Panic Switch, if he kept going at this, I don't think Panic Switch was handling it right.
Yeah.
Did that zealot see? Yeah, he
I don't
did.
think
He
so.
saw. He saw
Oh,
the.
he saw it.
He saw it. Yeah.
Now, but did he see it?
Yeah, the zealot saw it, but did Typhoon Fusion see it? That's
Now,
the
not-
question.
They don't often look at.
Yeah, and look at it. It's very well. It's yellow on the minimap, so I
Oh,
think
no,
he
but
does
no,
see it. He's
he
going
did.
there now. Yeah, he
One
sees it.
zealot.
Nice job. So the zealot is gonna
So
cause
this
problems.
this has been really good movement here by Typhoon Fusion, right? Not only did he know that he's gonna lose that one cannon, he made one more just so to pin him inside the base.
Yep.
And that's it, no more commitment. And then making
Oh,
the
but he's not reacting fast enough, and these Marines.
yeah, but one zealot can
Look
say
at
you
that
need
micro.
to micro those Marines.
There's two more coming because there's a reactor here. So, but then there's a second zealot. Oh no. And this other Gateway
He's
didn't
gonna take out
finish.
that one Zealot, but there's.
Alright, this kind of goes back, reminds me of back in the day when we first started playing StarCraft. You kind of understand certain matchups, certain things that you can fight, right? So it goes back to that.
Yeah. It takes it takes for you to experience certain things to know that some things doesn't work or some things are really good against others.
Yep.
And you really don't know that. You won't get a feel for that until you actually try it and lose to it, right?
Yep. Panic Switch doesn't have an orbital. He's very busy. He probably should
Yeah.
cancel this other one too. Let's see if he cancels. If he remembers, I can cancel
Yeah,
that
I
and
mean
get the
he's
money
not too
back.
far behind.
Oh, he's not
He's
canceling it. He loses it for free.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna be able to break out of his contain, right?
It's true.
I would have waited for the tank, but that one Marauder is tanking for him. Is that gonna be enough? It's gonna be close.
I think he got it.
It's gonna be.
There you go. Just one Marine.
Just one Marine left.
But these Zealots... Oh, there's 4 of them. This could be very deadly. He can
a
probably
tank
run
will
up.
come out.
He's gonna
He
run
needs
up.
He needs to make more Marines or Marauders. More Marines would be better.
Yeah, or he can just run up his ramp and then close the thing. Look at how
But
many...
he's
many
not that
things
far
here?
behind
He's
because
not.
Typhoon Fusion didn't really expand.
And look at how many gateways he's all inning pretty much here. And
Yeah.
actually, look, Typhoon Fusion is expanding. If he sieges this tank, even better. But he doesn't. And he better... Okay, here's the thing. If he doesn't close...
Oh,
he
he
sieges
sieges
it,
it.
but he has to close this ramp. He
Ooh.
has to close it. Oh, that scares him. So that actually works out. That works out
I
for
don't think-
Panic.
I don't think there's another unit in the game that just makes you back up and scary.
Then the tank shot.
Than tank shots, right? I mean, the second one I could think of are lurker shots, or lurker spines. But when you start hearing tanks shelling at you and you can't even see the tank,
Your first instinct is like run.
yeah, you gotta run.
It's that explosion. I mean, it's like a, it's a natural thing.
I think they made the sound specifically to like reverberate in your heart to
Yep.
make you run away.
So there's a prism, and you know how Panic Switch lost the last game? If I sum it up in one key thing, is the prism in the main. Really, if he pays attention this time and he doesn't take prism damage in his main, oh look at this, very advanced move, scouting with the.
But it was
Nice
coupled with that and the fact that he just moved out his main army at that same time. So
Yeah.
it's a combination of that really set him so far behind.
That's true. My prediction though, if he doesn't take any damage or very minimal damage in his main, I think he'll win this game just because his macro, his production seems to be much better.
And the tanks there in that specific position will be able to cover a lot. Not in the very back though, but as long as he can just defend
Oh,
this.
and he also
wall
has
pressing
a
box.
cyclone here. If this was there's
Ooh.
2. He has to pay attention, guys. This is it. He can win this game and get back
Oh,
into
yeah,
this
they're-
if he crushes
Really
this.
tied up right now, right? Same supply, 2 bases for both, right? They have the same exact number of workers. This is as even as you can get.
He just
they're
needs to
trading
make
blows.
sure he doesn't take damage here. This is the key right here.
Right here.
Okay, Panic Switch, you have to take care of this. You can't ignore this like the last time. And he's not. But does he have enough army? These cyclones
is.
are really good. And if he
Yeah.
micros them back into the... oh, he's not microing. He's not microing.
Microwing.
No.
He needs to send the other units
Yeah,
down.
if he sends it down there... This is a control thing. So what we can see from Panic is I think he knows what to do. It's
Yeah,
just
it's
his
just the
control's
control.
not there.
And I think
And he's even fighting with the
Fusion is
SCVs.
very warmed up, and he's been playing, and so his control and being aggressive and attacking is more on point than Panic Switch.
Panic Switch is also rallying to the right spot, so he adjusted that. So he has it there.
Yeah,
If
it's
he,
just there's
the key is
too
if
many
he
Zealots.
fights in tank range. I think that's the key here. Does he micro back? He needs to micro this back.
back.
Come on, Mr. Heroes of the Storm guy. You have to micro back. He does have his base all set up.
Yeah, I mean
There's-
he's
Oh, he's just gonna give up because he's not sure how to handle this part. And look at that Typhoon Fusion.
He's now 2-0.
2-0. So let's chat with these guys just really quick. Really quick. Just to kinda let's see if they're unmuted and undeafened.
James, good job, guys.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to StarCraft Panic Switch.
Hello. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. I can see you know what you're doing. You were just a little bit too many things to do at once, right? Because
Yeah.
tell us about your experience coming back.
So I topped out at like mid diamond when I stopped playing at like Heart of the Swarm.
Mm-hmm.
So like I know what I need to do, but like my APM in hand just can't keep up. I'm like, oh wait, no, I need to do this. And
That's
then
the funny part.
Then the War Prism showed up.
Yep, exactly. And I was saying you're actually producing really well. When we were watching the SCVs and the Marines and bio count, it was growing. It was just the prism drop really just killed you, you know. And I was saying to Seth, if he doesn't take any more prism damage in this game too, he's gonna win just because he's just gonna have much better forces, you know. So I think that's you. I think you already know what to do when you watch the replay. You'll see, oh, okay, I just have to put a turret there and hang out back there with my cyclones,
Exactly.
something like that, and then that'll go wonders into winning the game. Other than that, you know, just not being able to move the hands fast enough for the brain. I think, you know, it looks pretty good. You know what you're doing. You're making the upgrades. It's just getting back into it, and you're facing Typhoon Fusion here, who has been playing for the last 3 seasons, so he's warmed up.
Wow.
So now, no, well, that's okay. We can tell you guys it's a good match. All you had to do was defend that one thing. So, nice job. Welcome back to StarCraft. Thanks for playing. And we'll see you on your next match. By then, you'll have a few more games in. And, you know, that's how it is. Games 1 and 2 to start the season, people are going to be rusty. That's what we noticed. And then by the time they get to Game 5, they're like, wow, they're scouting their opponents. They know what to do. We kind of talked about that. And you guys are going to be watching the cast. You'll see the VOD. And be like, so and so likes to do this. Okay, cool. I know what to do, right? That kind of thing. So that's the fun part in this FSL season. So now, Seth, you have any questions for Panic Switch before we move on to Typhoon?
No, like what KG Freedom said, right? Look good. You know, you're dotting your I's, crossing your T's. It's just really army control, right? And that takes time when you get back to it. So it's nice to see you guys, and hopefully you'll be more prepared on your next game. Don't forget to send us your intro file, though, your video. So,
I did send one to KJ a bit earlier. So.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't make production cut, but it'll be there on the next one. So no problem.
And let's talk to Typhoon Fusion. Good
Yeah.
job on that win. You know, you're now 2-0.
Wow, 2-0 to start the season. Look at you.
4-0 map score, right? And you know, we've seen your progression from season 1, 2, 3. You're no longer the player who just makes a lot of charge lots and tries to bang your head on the wall. You're actually
doing prism stuff
war
now.
prism.
Wow.
And these are good improvements that we'd like to see season over season. So how do you feel with that win?
I feel pretty energized now because I feel more confident.
Wait, we can't hear you. You probably
I hear him. He says he feels energized. Maybe just on your side.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Alright, so I feel more energized and more confident in myself now. It was a pretty good match, GG's and stuff like that, but I feel pretty amazed about myself.
Yeah, nice job. Seeing improvement, you feel good about that, right?
It was funny because we're watching the game. We can see the whole map. We can see all the productions that's going on, and you know it's really even, right? The unit count was the same. The army count, the worker count was the same. The only difference between the two of you in the game was really the army control during the attacks, right? And it was really good job, Typhoon Fusion, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna catch up to that Panic Switch. So it's a pretty cool game for both of you.
Thank you.
All right. And I think
All right.
we're gonna
Nice
move on
job,
to the next
guys.
game.
We'll see you guys on your next
game.
match.
Right.
Yep,
All
see ya.
right. Cool. We're gonna go on to code A now.
Yes,
Do a
we're
code A
gonna
match?
get now. This code A is going to be casted by our pair of code S players, Regret and Neutrophil.
Oh
So
yeah,
bring
they're
them
gonna
up
cast this
here.
game. All right, cool.
Yeah, they're gonna cast this game. This is their second game casting this season. All right, welcome, Regret, and Neutrophil. You guys ready to cast this next game?
Yes,
Yep.
definitely.
Definitely. All
All right,
right.
let's get your cams on so you can
Yes.
at least
Why
say
don't you
hello.
while I get the players ready, why don't you guys talk about this next game and let us know what you guys think.
Yeah, let me
Yep,
let me
yep.
pop up the map pics too so you guys can see. It's let's show it on screen right there. That's the map.
Yeah, well, this is definitely going to be an interesting matchup.
So this is between, I believe, the Archaic and
Spaghetti.
So, if I do remember correctly, I think last time they faced off last season, I'm pretty sure Spaghettio kind of beat the Archaic with a quick proxy reaper, I believe.
Right.
The second game, I don't remember what he did actually.
I believe it was like a proxy Rax and it was into a tank push.
Actually, yeah, I do remember that. It was on Eternal Empire, wasn't it?
Yes.
Right. Oh yeah, I remember that map. Oh, that was a pretty cool map. Oh,
So what's
So-
interesting here is yeah, go ahead.
I guess what is interesting here, one of the things, is that Spaghettio might want to switch it up, play Zerg. The Archaic has never faced Spaghettio on Zerg, so I'm looking forward to seeing how that will play out. I also want to see if the Archaic now knows how to handle Reaper, like a proxy Reaper, or otherwise from Spaghettio's Terran. Or if Spaghettio has just some completely new strategy that he has not revealed yet. So I'm looking forward to observing a lot of growth and I guess learning from both players. So
All right.
a very exciting matchup indeed. Can we take another look at the map picks?
There it is.
There's the map pics.
Romanticide first game. Longer map.
Romanticide. Okay, Romanticide. It's not as long as Jaganatha, but it's pretty good length, I would say. From my experience in ZVP as the Zerg, this seems to be a very cannon rush prone map. So, if Spaghetti ends up playing Zerg on this map, I can at least say that cannon rush should be in the Archaic's mind. Oxide, in a TVP.
So just
I
waiting
don't
for you to
believe-
join the lobby, Regret. Then we can get
Yeah,
started.
and we need the camera on too for the Archaic. So guys, this is the Archaic and Spaghettio, aka Scarlui, and as mentioned, the last time they faced, I do remember it was that bunker tank thing that, and then the Archaic said, "I hate bunker pushes" or something like that. So it was. Let's see if he remembers that and if he's ready this time. If he does the same thing. There he is. We're seeing him now live on screen, guys. That is Spaghettio on the top and the Archaic at the bottom screen. All ready to go. Waiting for the invite on the game. The casters will be Regret and Neutrophil with the Zerg and Protoss perspective. Even though are we gonna get a Terran here? We don't know what Scarlui is picking. Okay, he's picking Zerg, so no proxy bunker thing. So here you go, guys. Take it away, casters.
All right. Would you like to start us off?
FSL Season
Yes, I'm
3.
just waiting for the intro, I believe. Alright. Still waiting for Spaghetti to load. Okay, we're in the game. Let's go.
Alright. Guess I'll start in the bottom right corner. The light pink Zerg. Oh, I do have a little lag.
We just actually got a Discord message. Spaghetti says that his computer just crashed, so we might probably gonna have to restart this game. He is rebooting now. That's unfortunate. I think that this crash is kind of unlucky for Spaghetti.
Alright guys, we do have a bit of a crash issue, so just hang tight. We're showing you the screen again as Spaghettio is getting the thing set up. Neutrophil and Regret are just on standby, ready to cast as soon as we get back into this game. There's a usual timeout. When you do crash, the computer, the other people will have to wait for you to drop off. And we just got the message of Spaghettio dropping off. Let's see how fast his computer is in loading. Do you know what kind of computer he has, Neutrophil? Is it fast?
I don't know anything specific about it, just that it's new. So.
That it's new, okay. Well, the fact that it crashed is not a good sign, but it's probably fast.
Well, we had the same issue last Friday, right? We have
I wonder if it's a BattleNet thing.
Yeah.
Who knows? It's like a StarCraft client thing too. Who the heck knows? Alright. So, we're seeing Zerg versus Protoss. Who do you guys pick on this? Neutrophil and Regret. What's your score? Who's your pick and what's the score?
To be honest with you, I have no idea what's gonna happen here. If I had to do it, I kind of want to give it the 2-1 for the Archaic. I do believe he's grown a lot since the past season, but maybe I'm biased. I don't know.
I will counter that. I will say it's 2-1 Spaghettio. I've seen him play recently. He's definitely improved from last season.
Right,
but I don't know how the Archaic has improved, so we'll see.
We will see.
Alright, so 2-1, 2-1 on each side.
Oh yeah, definitely. Do you think Spaghetti will roll out any new crazy strategies that we haven't seen before from him?
Yes, he has plenty of cheeses planned. I'll just say that.
Oh, I bet.
That's the cool thing about this. We see some cool builds, cheeses. We saw that last time with who did that? Against you, Regret. Very cool. Played differently, completely differently, right? And all of them.
Right.
Caught you off guard. We made a joke that he was the macro guy, but he completely went. So you're expecting cheese. What if he does the cheesiest thing, which is actually just macro out of this?
You're referring to Spaghettio?
Yeah, do you think he'll just completely macro?
To be honest, I don't know if Spaghettio will agree with me, but I think Spaghettio's strong point is that his cheese is his cheese and its unexpectedness. So even if he does do a sort of macro build, I don't know if he has the experience or or is comfortable with macroing.
That's a good
for
point.
A long game.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Right. So if he does end up going for not a straightaway cheese, I can say with a lot of certainty that it's definitely going to be some kind of timing or some kind of tech that we didn't expect. For example, if you remember last season, bringing Very Cool again back into this, when Very Cool and Spaghettio faced off, Spaghettio made Nidus Swarm Hosts into Ultralisk. And I feel I'm pretty sure before that, Ultralisks nor Nidus had been seen in the season at the time. So it just really adds to his I guess element of surprise.
Alright, so
I'm gonna be looking forward to seeing that.
And that's the thing, right? If he's known for cheesing anyway and he's good at it, yeah, you're right. Maybe you should just stick to that. What made, in contrast, Very Cool, who was known for his macro, is cheesing. That's even more dangerous because then you don't know which one you're going to get. But anyway, guys, we're going to hop back into the game. Hopefully this works out. Game 2 on the Romanticide. Take it away, casters.
Thank you, KJ.
Great.
We're loading up to our game on Romanticide. Looks like it is going to be a Zerg versus Protoss. And hopefully we won't have any computer
FSL
crashes.
Season 3.
Things are looking a bit dangerous as Spaghetti is taking quite a bit to load. Looks like we're getting into game.
Okay,
And
attempt
we
2.
started off fine. Alright, actually I'll start it off this time. In the bottom right corner, in the red Zerg trunks, we have the man himself. His name is
Spaghetti-O.
And in the top left, our purple Protoss, 10 years old. He is.
The Archaic.
Alright. So, this looks like a probe straight from the get-go from the Archaic, trying to scout out to see if Spaghetti-O is trying to take a natural. Spaghetti-O does send his drone, and there is no pool yet, so this is looking... the hatch does get blocked. I guess we can call it a hatchroll. Never heard it been called that before, and it sounds pretty dumb. Yes, but this is a natural hatchery from Spaghetti, who does manage to put it down. The Archaic diligently scouting mineral line for any spawning pool and putting down his own gateway.
Pretty standard so far.
Very. I'm curious to see. Okay, so this Overlord from Spaghetti, right down the middle, is going straight for like the middle of the main base. Now, as a Zerg player myself, usually against Protoss, I like putting it right in the middle, like on the choke on the natural, because that way you can tell if like warp gate starts early or anything is being chronoed out of gateways. But I guess this does get the job done for Spaghetti. He will be seeing the natural as well. We're also going to see a Nexus right after the Cybernetics core from the Archaic, as well as a warp gate research.
Interesting here is no units, straight to the warp gate tech. So.
Right, so if Spaghetti were to, by any chance, make a lot of units very quickly, the Archaic could be in a little bit of trouble.
And we do see the, sorry for interrupting, but we do see the early Roach war.
Yes. Speaking of a lot of units very quickly, there is a Roach Horn. The problem is, the Archaic's only scout across the map has been that singular probe so far. Don't know what happened to it. I'm pretty sure it went back, but the Archaic will definitely not be seeing this Roach Horn for a bit.
And this is going to be very hard to hold, seeing how he has no Robo, no Stargate, nothing like gateway units.
That is true. He actually bought himself a little bit of time, killed the Overlord in the main base. Now Spaghetti is hard supply blocked, without any Overlords in production, with only a couple Overlords actually in production. But it won't provide that much supply, only 35 out of 36, so he is going to have to make another one, which will slow him down very considerably. Spaghetti already marching roaches across the map, but it's up to the Archaic to actually see these roaches with the adept that he sent. He had to have seen it. Now he should be chronoing and making shield batteries. Actually, there's no shield battery yet, but there is a Stargate on the way, and it is not even a complete wall, so these roaches can actually just waltz right in. This is looking very worrying. There's no shield battery yet. Not even in the main, actually. So the Archaic is actually just spamming Stalkers right now. Good micro from both sides, but Spaghetti does end up taking the first Stalker. Spaghetti has been keeping this Roach alive on 1 HP for so long. Another Roach gets the 1 HP, but it actually does fall. The Archaic pulls probes. Good worker pull, very good worker pull.
More Roaches coming across the map.
There is more Roaches coming across the map. I'm liking this so far for the Archaic, because his chrono boosted Void Ray is very, very close to coming out. Once it does come out, this Roach push timing, I guess you could call it, it's not going to be very effective. No air support, did not march as queens either. So this is looking like it's going to prove very, very futile for Spaghettio here. I do hope he decides to either go in, YOLO it, do some damage, or back off, the latter of which he does. But currently there's nothing in production, no extra queens, just a couple of drones, which kind of worries me for Spaghettio. Though he does take a third base.
We do see that the Archaic is kind of staying at home. He's probably scared by the large amount of roaches and probably won't pressure, so Spaghettio takes advantage of that, takes that third.
Yes, actually, very, very smart planning from Spaghettio. We also see a layer and a couple of gases coming up. So this could potentially be, This could potentially be a Ravager kind of thing. And, or it could also be an Infestor kind of thing, where Spaghettio goes for, I guess, an Infestor Roach Hydra kind of build.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, the Archaic is going to go for a Twilight Council with Stargates. Couple of Void Rays to clear up Overlords. Unfortunately, or I guess fortunately, depending on whose side you're looking at, there are no Overlords on the Archaic side of the map.
Do you see a move out? Or no?
Yeah, we always get tricked by these move outs, don't we?
Yeah.
Kind of just posturing in the middle of the base, working out their legs, and then they just move right back to the wall. Perfectly fine, I guess, but once this Void Ray count becomes kind of high, I would like to see a real move out from the Archaic, which is exactly what we're looking at.
Now, Spaghettio just made 11 workers. He has no units to deal with the Void Rays. He's going to be in trouble with this.
That's true, actually. Even though his Hydra Den has just finished, he decides to invest in Hydra upgrades first before the actual Hydralisks themselves. So I think 7 Hydras that are half done is not going to stop this push right now. He's also loading all of his units into a Nidusworm that will not arrive at the Archaic's base at any time soon. So if the Archaic goes in right now and gets a very, very good position, there's very, very little that that Spaghettio can do to stop this push. Void Ray is really helping out. The very low queen counts is kind of worrying for Spaghettio. Now, as long as the Archaic keeps most of these Void Rays alive, it should be fine.
You do see, he was over microing. You saw he kept running away from the army, even though he clearly had the numbers.
Right, and because of that, the Archaic will actually lose all the Void Rays. Very, very nice defense from Spaghettio. Another Void Ray going in. Does not sacrifice its life. And there is a Nidusworm coming in from Spaghettio, so the tables have really, really turned with this one.
Okay,
the Archaic does notice it, but it's kind of late. I don't know if Spaghettio will be able to get any units out of this. I actually don't know who this favors right now, but since the Nidusworm has been cut off, the Archaic will clean this up.
Good trade for
Right, so this is actually it's looking pretty even. If I had to favor one person right now, it would actually be Spaghettio due to his third base, as well as picking off the 3 Void Rays from the Archaic. I think this is it's not as bad as last time, but unfortunately the Archaic is still banking a lot of money, whereas Spaghettio is keeping all of his resources below 1,000, is ahead by 20 supply, and is taking a 4th base. So in terms of, I guess, overall tech and economy, Spaghettio is ahead right now. And it looks like he wants to press that advantage with an attack as the Archaic takes a 3rd base.
Do you see the Infestation Pit? Might be the Infestor play you were talking about, or going straight to acid?
That is true, that is true. There are also, as well, 2 Robos coming down for the Archaic at the same time. So, if I had to call any kind of tech right now, looking at the amount of Hydralisks that Spaghettio has, Lurkers would be nice, especially here with this amount of Zealots. I think Spaghettio will have to back up for now. He just does not have enough units to contend with this many Zealots.
These Zealots can keep chasing.
Right. There's nothing Spaghettio can do to stop this at the moment. The Archaic could actually just go so far to keep pushing and take this 4th base. Looks like he's in position to do it now. Spaghettio really just has no answer for these Zealots right now. He used up 14 Lings, but without a Baneling Nest. I don't know how much good that is going to do.
He was in 4th right away.
Right. I feel like Spaghettio's best option right now, pull all of his queens, make a lot of roaches for the Zealots, and just engage this before it becomes a very, very big problem.
Do you see the Archaic backing off?
Yes, looks good actually. From good defense from Spaghettio once again, even though he does lose that 4th. Wasn't very crucial. His economy is not in shambles by any means, and the Zealot count has been dwindling a little bit for the Archaic. The Archaic, however, teching up into a lot of different units, such as Archons and Immortals. I don't really like this Archon actually from the Archaic. I'd much rather he would build up Storms, because this amount of Roach Hydra would just kind of die to Storm, I feel like.
Yeah.
A single Ling manages to make it inside of the Archaic's natural, only to be cleaned up by a very large army, Spaghettio backing off a little bit. Also, a Hive and a Baneling Nest on the way for Spaghettio at the same time as Psionic Storm. It doesn't look like the Archaic has many High Templars to storm with. By not many, I do mean 0. I mean, there's a multitude of different units, but both sides are looking pretty basic. The army is actually grouped up here in the natural, where it should be defending the 3rd, but the Banelings are almost done, and I think Spaghettio is just waiting for that. Will he be able to save the 3rd? Yes, it does look like it, as the Archaic spots the amount of Banelings. That is a lot of Banelings without speed, though. It is still a lot of Banelings. The Archaic notices them and runs away very, very fast.
Oh, there is a drop in the main. We did miss that.
Oh, we did, that's right!
Cleans up everything.
I can't believe how hard that must be to deal with as Spaghettio, if we, the observers, missed that.
And the attack comes back to the 3rd?
And the attack comes back to the 3rd. This is very, very nice, actually. Some would call it very cool. Yeah, so I'm actually noticing a trend with the Archaic. If you noticed in this first game against... Who was it against? His first game, I don't remember who it was, but he sent an Oracle in the main and two Adepts in the natural at the same time. So a really nice trend that I'm noticing with the Archaic is that he likes to attack in 2 places at once. He is warping in again in the main base, and going back to the 3rd base location, possibly to hit the natural. And Spaghettio's army is very out of position.
He's just being pulled apart.
He is truly just being pulled apart. As a Zerg main, this is kind of very painful to watch, but as a relative of the Archaic, this is looking super nice. It looks like we kind of a base trade here. In the base trade, I would actually favor the Archaic because he has more bases overall, and his army is just way better. So. Also, his production is still intact for now, so I think all the Archaic needs to do is just run across the map and just deal with Spaghettio.
Last assimilator for Extractor goes down. Archaic takes game 1.
The Archaic.
Huh. I guess Spaghettio didn't think to make any more buildings, so that's it, I guess. Okay, well that was a very decisive game 1 from the Archaic. Heading 2 places at once with a Zealot Warpin in the main and a very big push on the 3rd. Spaghettio, unable to deal with both threats, eventually concedes, and that is game 1 for Romanticide. If you were the Archaic's Protoss in this situation, what would you hate to see from Spaghettio in this game?
I would say 12 pool.
Like
Seeing how-
a 12 pool on this map. I guess on this map it is a pretty short rush distance.
We did also see that the Archaic didn't make any units early on, so if he's not scouting properly, this will.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. In the late game, however, I would have liked to see like lurkers or something from Spaghettio just a little bit earlier. We were seeing a very ground-heavy army from the Archaic, so lurkers would have been a very good choice here, I feel. Even just 7 or 8, he's already in a very good position to start making lurkers, so I hope if this position comes to Spaghettio again, that he will be able to tank up a little bit faster. But now we're heading into game 2 on Ox side, and it's still a Zerg versus Protoss, so we'll see how this goes.
Right. This is
FSL Season 3.
let's see. This is the second game of their series, but also their second series ever.
Yeah, actually, besides FSL, I don't think these two have played at all.
Their season record.
I don't
Yeah,
really
well.
know about this season, but I do know that Spaghettio made it into I think it was the finals for, or not the finals. It was the finals of Code A. Last season. So, in terms of overall progress in the season, I think Spaghettio has made it further than the Archaic. But it's a whole new season, and it's another opportunity for the Archaic, as well as counting the fact that the Archaic has stolen the game 1 off of Spaghettio. So maybe this season things will be different.
Yes, this is actually the Archaic's first win off of Spaghettio, so definitely.
That is also a very good thing to note.
I think we might have another crash from Spaghettio.
That would be unfortunate. I'm just noticing the portraits now. We have a diamond versus a platinum. And looking at the Archaic's profile, he is actually a platinum 3. So I don't know if one of the ranks are wrong, because we have been having a lot of rank glitches lately. But it's nice to see that a platinum has taken a game off the diamond. It's good to see once and again.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I can't help but notice these race banners in the loading screen. We have roaches. We have it's a roach, very epic looking from Spaghettio, and it actually held true. Spaghettio did make roaches. Also did a very sharp timing with them. Yeah, it's looking like another crash from Spaghettio. I think this makes it 3-0 for the Archaic right now, counting all the crashes. But it's okay. We won't count that one. Though if it happens again, we might. You never know. We could pull a fast one on Spaghettio up here, but I think we are going to have to wait for Spaghettio to boot up his computer again. Sorry about that, guys. We are having some technical difficulties. Please chill and chat with Matheson in chat, maybe.
They already are.
Alright, can I get a shout out to my boy Matheson in the chat? He's a very pog dude. Alright, anyways. Okay, so we booted up our second game on Oxide, though it is the first one that we're going to be playing on this map tonight, I think.
Yep.
Oh, okay. And we're starting up again, so hopefully this time it won't crash. And we get to see a nice game 2 between The Archaic and Spaghettio.
Great.
You know what time it is?
What would that be?
Neutrophil. I think it's time for it's time to remind our viewers what they're watching. This is
FSL Season 3.
Alright.
okay. Starting in the bottom left corner of Oxide, we have our purple Protoss. He goes by the name of
The Archaic.
And in the top right corner, we have the red Zerg. They could... Oops.
Spaghettio.
Okay, so probe right off the bat again from the Archaic. Overlord straight across the map from Spaghettio, looking pretty standard so far. Can we take a look at Spaghettio's natural, where his natural is going to be blocked once again? Oh, there's a nice worker fight, and Spaghettio actually wins by a hair and is able to take his natural. It's rather uncontested, actually. That was a lot. That was actually very clean. I don't know how that drone won his fight. Maybe he's like, I don't know, he was built different, I guess. But nonetheless, the Spaghettio does take his natural. A nice early gas and gateway from the Archaic. Spawning pool going down. So besides this little skirmish at the natural location of Spaghettio, it's looking all good. Nexus before Cybercore, actually. So I think the Archaic is a lot more vulnerable in this position from last game, even though the Archaic did not make a lot of units in the early game. He actually goes for a Nexus first, which is pretty risky, especially against the Zerg.
We do see 8 lings in production. Straight across the map.
8 lings. Yeah, that's actually 2 more lings than normal, which kind of leads me to believe that Spaghettio is going to go for an early hit on the Archaic, making a lot more lings actually. No ling speed on the way just yet. There's not enough gas for that. But Spaghettio is moving out. Okay, so we're looking at an early attack on a Nexus first of the Archaic. We'll see how this plays out. Gateway wall being completed for the Archaic, chronoing Adept. The Adept has to stay home here. Otherwise, the Archaic is just gonna die to these lings. I feel like if these lings get in and kill this pylon, it's gonna be very, very hard for the Archaic to stop it.
Oh, he goes straight for the workers.
Wait, I accidentally closed StarCraft. Okay, no, we're good. So we're seeing the lings skirmishing with the probes. There is a Zealot out. The Zealot will be able to help tremendously. The Archaic pulls the Adept back. But Spaghettio is still sending in more lings. Now that this Adept is home to help, with it together with the Zealot is definitely going to be able to hold off these lings, I think. Spaghettio is still trying to continue with the attack, but there have been 7 workers killed for the Archaic. I would like to say that overall was not a bad attack, but I still don't know because Spaghettio is actually still sending lings across the map, His speed is nowhere near done, but looks like he is going to get a Baneling Nest. Even if he does decide to Baneling bust this wall, I don't feel like it would be very good for Spaghettio here, because there is a Zealot and 2 Adepts in the wall, as well as 2 Stalkers now. And these are speedless links, so it's not looking too good.
You see, despite the damage, the Archaic is still even in workers. So some damage will have to be done.
Right. So that's what you get if I guess that's what you get if you get Nexus first. Stalkers do get recalled. That was a pretty nice recall, but honestly, I'm still, after seeing that many Zerglings, I'm still waiting on a shield battery for the Archaic. I have not seen a shield battery yet this whole game, or this whole series rather. An Adept gets into the into the main actually, try to do some damage. Ooh, that was a nice Spore Crawler clutch from Spaghettio there. Does the drone remains unkilled. Only 2 workers killed, but ignoring that, that was nice Spore Crawler. Oh my goodness, I've never been able to do that. That's right. Okay, so we're seeing Spaghettio raising the drone count very slowly. Layer going up, and I think, yeah, these are just defensive banks. Okay. We actually have a shield battery now from the Archaic, along with a Stargate, so this is looking very secure. You can use that Stargate to clear up that Overlord, and he's pretty safe to any attack because of the Stargate and the shield battery. He's also charging a couple of sentries, but looking at the worker count, if you're Zerg, you do not want to be behind in workers against a Protoss, and even is also pretty undesirable. Even if Spaghettio takes a third now, which he is looking like he's doing, the worker count is not looking very pretty. Okay, so we did see the third actually from Spaghettio, and an attack with Speedlings this time, but also slow Banes. I think if Spaghettio actually busts this front and actually runs right into the main, it can do a bit of damage, but this is a lot of units, especially Adepts for the Archaic, so I just really don't see this attack being super successful. Oh, and a Void Ray. Yeah, this is... Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this.
Nice force field.
Nice force fields. Those are very nice, actually. Even though the Lings were not in any position to come in, now they're in less of a position because of these very clutch force fields from the Archaic. We do see a Spire coming down, actually. I would like to see some Muta gameplay, maybe. Yeah, actually, I think Muta would work pretty well for the Spaghettio here. It's mostly Gateway, and just mostly Adept from the Archaic, and what little Stargate units he's making is just a single Void Ray. And he's expanding, so if Muta were to come anytime soon, I don't think the Archaic would be ready for it. Seeing a nice Baneling speed from Spaghettio, it's a pretty nice response looking at how many Adepts were being made. Spaghettio was also denied entry into the natural due to a warping of Depths and goes home. So actually, I don't know who I would favor here, right? They're even in bases, even in workers, dead even in workers. But there is a Spire coming up for Spaghettio and Baneling speed, so the tech is looking good for Spaghettio. It's just that I feel like his macro in general needs some work.
If this game progresses into the late game, the Archaic definitely has the advantage. So we'll have to see these mutas hit soon, which we do see 8 in production.
8 in production is not bad, but it could have been at least a couple more if Spaghettio's macro was a little bit more, if I guess Spaghettio's macro was a little bit more on point. It could also probably help to take the 2 gases out of...
Alright. Let's see, we do seem to have a little lag here. Okay, well, it looks like I lost my other caster. So, well, if we do see these mutas go across the map, Archaic is going to be in trouble. He only has 5 stalkers and Void Red last I checked.
Yeah. This is Freedom. I'm gonna join in and help co-cast this with you since Regret is dropping off. Looks like a computer issue on his end or the internet. Before we start the game, we should pause and then ask to make sure that we can resume the game. But as you correctly noted, if the mutas get across the map and kill workers, that's the big surprise Zerg advantage, right? Every time mutas get out there. That's no Protoss wants that. So let's pause this. As soon as I don't know if I have admin. Okay, there you go. Okay. Go ahead and do the countdown, Seth, for them. Three, two, one. Alright guys, we're gonna hop back in here.
Game resumed.
Alright.
Okay, so mutas are coming out. They need... Where are the mutas at? Oh, they need to be going and killing workers. That's what they need to do. There you go. They're moving.
Feelings finish up?
Yeah, defensively at home, this is good. Spaghetti could use a bit more workers though. But it's really how much these mutas are gonna do damage. They're gonna be completely... Oh, look at that. There's a phoenix already being made. Did he know about this?
I believe there was a hallucination that did spot the
Oh,
spire.
and he saw it, but he needs to go. Yeah, there you go. There you go. He's gonna
No
go
defense
in.
in the main.
Yeah, no defense. Much needed way to equalize the workers or get ahead, because he's behind workers. Surprisingly, his macro hasn't been up there. Yeah, he got 5. That's not bad. He can't stay any longer. This is a pretty scary Protoss army though. There's a lot of lings. Do they have upgrades? No upgrades, guys. Spaghetti can probably take a fort.
Alright, Spaghetti will have to hit multiple locations at once. He can't really take a head-on fight with all these adepts.
Yeah, unless he gets some great Baneling hits, actually. The storm is coming out, so if anything, he needs to fight like now. Because the mutas are going to be useless soon. More and more phoenixes are coming out. And so the longer he waits, the less likely he has a chance of getting any value of these mutas, right? And there you go, this is exposed. This is really exposed.
Baneling's going in.
The Lings take great hits! Actually, and Spaghettio had just fought with the Lings, with the Banelings. I think he would have wiped out the army, but in fact he's splitting it though. And there you go, he's gonna go focus on that main army.
Oh.
And this is really good. Really good trade. And he's gonna clean up the... Oh, but he's gonna go all the way in. He's looking for the kill. Force field, very crucial. He's running out of force fields. There's only a few. The mutas are gonna be obsolete soon with these phoenixes. But there's no micro on the phoenixes. The force field. The last one, and Spaghettio takes it.
Spaghettio.
And that was that timing there. He just kept making a lot of lings, and they just got overwhelmed. No upgrades on the archaic side too, right?
Welcome back, Robert.
Oh, hello. Sorry. So my laptop died up. Looks like we're having a bit of a tech problem tonight.
Yeah. Well, we did see Spaghettio take game 1.
You'll have to tell me all about it. Oh, I wish I was there.
Plenty of good Bane connections, good link surrounds. Just got the archaic off guard.
I see. Looking at the entire game, is there anything that the arcade could have done a little bit better to halt Spaghettio's massive units?
Well, I think he should have been scouting more diligently. We did see his hallucination scouts in his main, but like nothing to keep an eye on the army. Which we did see. He did see he was banking a lot of lings and games, so I think he should have kept more tabs on that. He might have been able to hold. Batteries would have been nice too.
So it was a Lingbane Muta composition from Spaghetti, wasn't it?
Yes.
So I guess Archons would have been a nice choice here, but I'm not sure if we really had the tech to go for Archons at that moment.
He did have a Storm on the way, actually, but
Oh,
it was a little
okay.
late.
Right, okay. So, was Spaghetti able to get any harassment with the mutas in any of the archaic spaces then?
He did hit the main, picked off a couple workers, but nothing too major.
Okay, so, even though I wasn't there for part of it, that was a pretty nice game too from Spaghettio. So, we actually do have our, I guess, 1-1 situation. So, you predicted that Spaghettio would come out on top with 2-1. I predicted the Archaic would take it from Spaghettio 2-1. So now both of these predictions could potentially come true. And I'm excited to see which one it'll be on Lightshade. Zerg versus Protoss, Spaghettio versus the Archaic. Let's get into it.
Alright. And before we start the match, I would like to remind you all this is
FSL Season 3.
Alright, why don't you start us off, Neutrophil?
Alright. In the top left corner, we have the purple Protoss. 10 years old. He is.
The Archaic.
And in the bottom right corner, we do have a red Zerg. Taking game 2 off of the Archaic, he is.
Spaghettio.
Alright.
Alright. Yeah, that was
Drone
kind
scout.
of a jinx there. It could be a drone scout. It could also very well be a proxy hatch. Not gonna lie to you, I would like to see a proxy hatch right in the main. It would be very cool.
But don't get your hopes up. We do see his drone move into the natural, taking that risk.
Taking quite a bit of damage. Oh, and this time, this is definitely payback. I don't see how this is anything but payback here. The probe actually wins the duel, the skirmish with the drone inside of the Archaic's main base this time. So, I guess on either side it was really the hometown advantage. But the Battle of the Workers will, unfortunately, probably end there. I don't think we're going to see any more worker skirmishes from here on out. It's just going to be a lot of real units. Not to say that workers aren't real units, but, you know. So, a drone scout from Spaghettio, checking for any forges, potentially some no Nexus builds, and we also have a probe running around the map for the Archaic, trying to look for any sneaky hatches. So this is very diligent scouting from both players, trying to see if their opponent might get up to anything sneaky, I guess. There's one thing I'd like to note. Neutrophil, if you'd like to take a look at the Archaic's wall.
This is interesting. There's a huge gap here. You can't cover that with one zealot. Might need-
I think if the Archaic somehow rushes out, like I guess 2 Immortals or an Archon should do plug the hole very nicely, but a Zealot is not going to cut it here. Fortunately, Spaghettio does not look like he's going for any kind of Ling Rush.
Oh,
Though he will avenge his drone. Okay, I said there were going to be no more worker fights, but it looks like I was very, very wrong.
that
Progress
is
go
a
down.
early layer.
It is a pretty early layer. You think we're going to be able to see Muta again?
I'm gonna bet maybe some sort of Nidus.
You
Like
know,
Ling
that would be a
Nidus.
pretty... I mean, it's a pretty good guess. That's a pretty good guess, actually. But the thing is, we've already seen Nidus and Muta from Spaghettio this series. So, I highly doubt that he's going to go for either one again.
They're just finished. Let's see what he decides to build.
Also, a Stargate coming down from the Archaic. Looks like Stargate is becoming the new standard opening for most Protosses these days. And there's actually an infestation pit on the way. Okay, so, alright, it's a night. I think this is, actually, I think this is, Swarm Host Nidus from the looks of things.
Yeah.
Okay, I like this. It's still a Nidus, but he's definitely sending in some different units than last time. Void Ray and a very early shield battery, which I do like to see coming out from the Archaic. I like the Stalker, actually, just staring down this Overlord atop the pillar. He knows it's there, he just can't shoot it at the moment.
I mean, spot stalkers, and he adjusts the overlord again.
I'm sure he would have spotted the Stalkers anyways. He does have a nice Overlord in position. Well, he did have a nice Overlord in position until he got, like, brutally murdered, but... okay, so... Besides that, I definitely like this, build from Spaghettio a lot, but the problem is, he just does not have enough money to make enough Swarm Hosts. And... Right, he's also sending...
Yeah, we do see that.
Drone.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, Neutrophil, are you seeing what I'm seeing?
I'm not sure.
You're seeing this drone at
Yeah.
the 5th base location of the Archaic, spawning a Nidus swarm. I'm not sure if this is a tactical play or a mistake from Spaghettio, but either way, it gets the job done of bringing the Nidus in. The Nidus comes out, and I think it will be able to produce about 3 swarm hosts. 5. Okay, 5 swarm hosts. This is looking, to be honest with you, like not a lot of damage. The Archaic does find this Nidus swarm, and the swarm host will clean up a couple of pylons. And it looks like that'll be the end of the harass. Oh wait, actually we do have Void Rays coming in to fight the Void Rays, but unfortunately they do not transfuse the Nidus in time. It does go down. Starts making a new one anyways.
No ground support for the queens though. Ground units moving in.
Oh, that's right. And the Nidus is not out yet, so the Spaghetti, the Swarm Host can't actually support right now. Looks like Spaghetti is just gonna retreat, and looks like the retreat is perfectly timed. All of his units make it safely back to his base. And now, only thing that really happened is the Archaic lost a couple of pylons and is now more aware of the Swarm Host Nidus that's going on from Spaghetti. So, in terms of that game back on Eternal Empire versus Very Cool, Spaghettio is in a considerably worse spot than he was in that game.
Templar Archives. Can you put down? Definitely will
Templar
counter
Archives. Yeah, Templar Archives. I like this from the Archaic. It's a very nice answer to Swarm Host, kind of storming all of them down, or maybe even making an Archon. But I like the storm a little bit better. It's renewable, yeah, as well as the Swarm Host being renewable units. Another Knight is coming down. This time on the opposite side. With a considerably greater amount of Swarm Hosts than last time. Oh, an Archon, by the way. An Archon does come down. I think an Archon will be more useful in this fight than Storm will, since Archon's quite a bit faster. Alright, so we have the wave coming in from Spaghetti. Let's see how much damage this does.
Not much.
Gets right on top of the Stalkers, takes down a couple of units. The Archon, I'm not sure if it got stuck or anything, but it did not come down to help.
5 Stalkers and a Templar.
Wait, he got a Templar?
Oh, that was a sentry.
Okay, a sentry. Yeah, I was gonna say, Templar is kind of a big thing to lose here, but if it's just a sentry, that should be fine. Another Nidus Worm coming in from Spaghettio, and he is just keeping up the production of Nidus Worms as well as taking third base.
Quick response?
It is a pretty quick response. I feel like he splits his units, so he sends his Void Ray and his Archon over to where the Swarm Hosts are, and Stalkers to scout the other location.
Oh.
Yeah, the Swarm Host will definitely jump on top of this Archon, but he has no answer for the air. his queens aren't not in the Nidus right now, so they won't be there to answer these void rays. And the swarm host will get cleaned up, or the locust rather, they'll get cleaned up.
Few soccer picks though.
Yeah, they do take a few. They do like end up achieving an exit frag, as some would like to call it.
2 bases for Spaghettio. And he's gonna
Yeah,
keep the pressure up.
2 bases, actually, well, 2 more. So that's a 4th base, and like you said, he does keep the pressure up. Hydralisk Den coming down as well. I would like to see a bit more Storm than Archons from the Archaic at the moment, but either one works fine, honestly. And he does take his own third as well. Okay, so everyone's expanding. We're looking nice and comfortable. The Archaic is not aware of the hits coming for his natural. And, oh, very nice. It was very nice. Quick thinking on his feet. The Archaic morphs the High Templars into an Archon, but it does not matter because he shield battery overcharges, but there is really nothing to shield battery overcharge. So he does make it out alive with only a couple of kills. So that's nice.
These locusts keep chipping away at the army.
Actually, yeah, this is actually pretty good. Despite being choke held by this rather questionable wall, Spaghettio was doing this pretty nice tactic of sending in half of his locusts and then sending in the other half. I don't know if it was intentional or by mistake, but looks like it caught the Archaic rather off guard. It's just the micro is a problem. The Archaic actually floating 4,000 minerals. You could expand to every available location on the map without much money, but I don't think he's going to do that. I think a lot of Zealots, just a lot of Zealots, and just running across the map right now would be a very good thing to do.
Yeah,
he does actually get into the main with a couple of Zealots. Scouting out there's only a couple of queens and no units to intercept him. So if I were the Archaic right now, I'd drop like 10 gateways, maybe even 12, and there we go. I'd drop a lot of gateways and just march across the map with just a ton of Zealots.
Yeah, he is floating a ton of money. He should spend it.
It's either we get a lot of Zealots or we get to revisit the Worker Wars. Just make a lot of probes in Nexi, except this time the workers won't be hand to hand. It'll be a race of economy.
You see these Void Ray patrols in the standard Nidus spots, so Spaghettio will be forced to walk his swarm host across them.
Right. I don't know. Did Spaghettio actually see these Void Rays? Or did he just decide to walk this swarm host?
No idea.
Okay, well, he completely undermines the point of the Nidus Swarm in the first place by running his Swarm host across the map and then Nidusing in that spot.
That's a lot of locusts.
That does look like a lot of locusts. I can't help but see that the Archaic will be losing this base here. The base does fall super quickly. Wow, the Locust's DPS is just kind of huge. And Spaghettio takes his base for basically, like, nothing.
Nidus remains untouched.
Yeah, he does. The main problem with Swarm Hosts, and the Archaic has to realize this soon, is that when they don't have eggs on their back, they're kind of vulnerable. How many Swarm Hosts is this? This is 25 Swarm Hosts. This is a lot of Swarm Hosts, right? The Swarm Hosts are vulnerable, Spaghettio is vulnerable. And after taking a hit, if the Archaic were potentially to attack, then it would be a very, very bad situation for Spaghettio. Unfortunately, the Archaic has not decided to do that yet. It's still building up his unit count as he waits for the Locust. And the one thing you do not want to do against Locust is wait.
Oh, and they shred that ground army.
Yeah, that's about 3 Archons going down straight away. But like I was saying, now would be the perfect time to attack Spaghettio.
He does seem to be thinking that.
I hope he does actually go all the way across the map. There's a good count of Hydras now, but if the Archaic really just makes a lot of Zealots, this many Hydras can't do anything.
Yeah, he's gonna need more Storm too. He only has 2 Templars, they're lagging way behind his army.
Right, and also the Templars, it keeps morphing into Archons, and I mean, Archons can tank for Locust, but not that much. We do see another Locust wave coming in here, right on top of the army of the Archaic. A couple of storms coming down, but unfortunately, the Archaic just tap out. Just a 2-1 victory against the Archaic. Is it possible to get these two players in a VC?
Alright.
Alright guys, nice job commentating there. We're just gonna interview these guys real quick. See if we can get some words in there. A little bit of insight. Let me start talking to Spaghettio here. Can you hear us? Congratulations! Winning that one with the Swarm host play. Was that something you had planned from the beginning?
Not from the beginning, but I was practicing it a couple of times a little way back. Practicing for the 2v2s. I was trying the Swarm host tech a little bit. And then I was like, why not give it a try,
Yeah, it was very well played on that. I'm going to give you a little cool tip as a Zerg player. Add a queen in there, drop some creep tumors after you flop it in there, and it gets really annoying real fast for your opponent. Because then you have creep everywhere. And then you don't have to send vision. But that was pretty cool how you put in a drone, because you needed to spot right away. And you're like, let me grab this drone, right? So that was cool. Can you tell us about game 1 and 2? What your thoughts were?
Yeah, so game 1, that was the one where that one I think I just underestimated my army. I thought I would lose that. So I was like, I don't know, maybe I'll just try it. Like, I don't know, game 1, I think I ran away from a lot of fights that I could have taken, I think I got scared a lot when I should have just gone in.
Yeah, that's possible. And then game 2 though, your Lingbane Muta.
Yeah.
That was
I'm pretty
interesting.
Good. I think Lingbane Muta against Terran, and I was like, well, game 1 didn't work out, so I guess I'll just try. So I made some links in the beginning. I was like, I'll rush him. He didn't wall off last time, but he walled off this time. And then I was like, I don't know. I'll just go Lingbane Muta, I guess, since I have all these lings laying around. And that worked pretty.
Yeah, actually, if I could comment on that, I was gonna say that was a pretty nice choice from you. The Archaic was making a lot of adepts and also Void Rays, so Lingbane Muta seemed to be a really good choice there.
Okay, thanks. All right.
Yep, nice job. Neutrophil, do you have any questions for Spaghettio here?
I'm good.
You're good? Okay. Are we gonna get the Archaic or no? We're good, because I don't see him on the...
Here.
Oh, there you are. Your video's off.
Nice.
Let's see that. So, I'm gonna ask...
Alright, hey the Archaic. That was a pretty nice series from you. If I could ask you one question, it would be, I guess, you knew that Spaghettio was going for a couple of Swarm hosts, or not a couple, but quite a bit, the Swarm hosts in that last game. What was running through your head as you kept defending waves and waves of locusts?
Honestly, I just wanted to attack, but I couldn't really. I didn't have enough gateways. Should have made more, a lot more actually.
Yeah, actually, we did notice that you were floating 4,000 minerals, so we commented on how you could have expanded to any and all of locations on the map and still have more money. So, yeah, an attack would have been pretty devastating, but unfortunately, it didn't happen. So, nevertheless, it was still a pretty good game. I think it was game 1 you did take off a game from Spaghettio, which, if you remember, is one more game than you got last time. So, we all look forward to, and we love to see all of this improvement from you.
Yeah, nice job. You know, what you did well there, the Archaic, was the Prism play in the back in game 1. You really tore him apart. Prism play here, drop there. It was just too much to deal with. You even had 2 Prisms. So that was a very advanced play. So nice job on the improvement there. You know, you definitely improved. And we're looking forward to your next matches. You got any words to each other? Are you guys won't face each other unless it's the playoffs. So, any words?
I mean, yeah, just GG's. You played a really good game.
Me too.
Couple games, yeah.
Cool. All right, good job, guys. Good seeing some sportsmanship here. We're gonna move on to our final match now, guys. It'll be the Code S match. Mr. Seth, let's go take a Thanks guys for casting Neutrophil and Regret.
Yeah, they're doing their vetoes right now, so if you want to hop on to the map picker, we can see what they are picking.
Sure, let's take a quick peek. This is gonna be Frieden versus Neutrophil. I'm kind of excited on this one. I'll need you to. Oh, there you go. There's the first game. It's gonna be on Oxide. Seth, I need you to cast this.
Yeah,
by
we have
yourself.
Storm Nalagant here.
Oh, perfect,
Mhm.
perfect. You guys cast this.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey. So
Nice.
we had two pretty good matches tonight.
Yeah,
pretty
those were
close.
fun.
I would have liked to see a different result, but what we want to see are good games, and they were good games. So
Yeah. It went all the way to game 3 too, which is nice. So, looking forward for this. Code S game, man. The last time we had a Code S game was all cheese galore. So,
yeah, it
let's
was
see if we get some Gouda cheese or some Swiss cheese
3
tonight.
cheeses in a row we had.
I know, right?
But let me grab them and get them ready and be right back.
Alright, so it's gonna be Neutrophil and Frieden. Nice. Nice.
Yeah, just to talk about the maps, guys. Game 1 is on Oxide. Game 2 is on Death Aura. And if necessary, Lightshade on Game 3. We'll show that on the screen right there. We're still waiting for the cams to get back on. Malagant, what are your thoughts in the game? Talk to us about what you think will happen.
I think Neutrophil might have a good chance on winning this one, because the last time they met, Neutrophil won, I believe, the series, correct? Between Frieden and him, their series.
Yeah. Neutrophil won last time, but I don't know if that was that game, but there was one battle in the choke where that could have turned the tide for his favor. Just a small micromanagement mistake, but otherwise he could have had that. I think that's what I remember.
Yeah. Okay. I believe Frieden's gonna be that's right, random.
Yeah, we got a random player. It's actually the only random player in this league.
Yeah.
Scarlowi, Spaghettio, actually chose random as his designated race during registration, but he's been really mostly picking Zerg or Terran. So he hasn't really played the random race. But we have here Frieden, a true random player, and let's see how he fares against the favorite for this season, Neutrophil.
All
So
right.
it looks like we're all set here. Good to go. Let's get this show on the road.
Who's your pick here, Seth?
Well, I'd lean towards the favorite, but I would be silently cheering for the underdog.
Let's hope we get a game 3, man.
Yeah, you always want to get a game 3. But again, this is
FSL Season 3.
So it's nice to see a lot of people watching the stream. We've had some consistently good numbers lately.
Yeah,
And
welcome.
hopefully we can keep it up. But let's introduce our players here. Spawning on top right corner. Getting Zerg this time. He is
Frieden.
All right, now the bottom left. He's Protoss. He's our very first champion, FSL champ. It is
Neutrophil.
Night Elves.
Night Elves. He's gonna start making Ancient of Wars here.
Look at that, very early scout for Neutrophil. Just
Yeah,
wanted to
and-
make sure what race he's facing.
Yeah, this is a typical scouting pattern here for Neutrophil. He always likes to go pylon scout,
Yeah.
just to make sure he's not going to die to any shenanigans or a 12 pool or any of that sort. Because they say if you're the better player, right, you can sacrifice that one early mining probe early
Yeah.
to go, just to be able to make sure you don't die early, because you'll make it up later on, right?
Yep,
If you're the
that's
better
true.
player. So he thinks he's a better player, and he does this a lot. He just scouts early. Now, one of the funny thing here is because it is a random player that he's facing, right? Typically, you'd like to make that wall low ground,
Mm-hmm.
but he can't. He doesn't know that he spawned Zerg until he confirmed. But by that time, he really need to make a decision on the pylon right off the bat, right? And so
Yeah.
he didn't get to make a low ground wall right away.
Yeah, you have to drop that pylon because you're gonna fall behind.
And that's the
So-
advantage of being a random, right?
Yep.
You have your pros and cons, right? The cons is, well, it's hard to get in the rhythm, right? Getting your mechanics on playing all three races, because they really operate differently. Right? There's no other game like that. And because of that, you can't, like, you know how you're playing Zerg, you get your hotkeys down, your location groups down, the way you inject, and that takes a little muscle memory, which is different from how you play your Protoss, which you just a move, right? Oh, I mean, when you have to promo.
A move.
Oh, but look, there's a swell of Lings coming up here. Speed is halfway done, but let's see if he just hides these Lings in the meantime. Don't reveal them yet. They are hiding in the corner, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's not going to be able to venture up there. It's too far for the shade to reach that far up. But I think they're already on the move, because I think it's going to time out where they're halfway across the map. Speed is going to finish, and this might blindside Neutrophil here.
Yeah, because he doesn't. How many units does he have? He only has 2 adepts and
So
one
it's a matter of
sentry.
if the force field is on point. If he does the archaic force field like he did today, right?
Yeah.
Let's see if he
And look
does
at
that.
Is
Is he gonna push through? Nah.
Oh,
2 gets through. That
Got
might
in.
be able to kill.
oh, good,
Yeah.
good recall.
It's a
Yeah, he
quick
needs
recall.
those adepts.
Yeah. The shield battery finished just in time to save that
Yeah.
that
Just
sentry.
keep pushing this one because there's no shield. Oh, but
Yeah,
then
it's
again,
not-
there's battery.
I
Yeah.
think that's it. The element of surprise is gone. Those 2 adepts are gonna stay home. They just poke here to see what they can get done, but they're gonna stay home. This is a good transition here by a Zerg player.
Yeah.
He's gonna
going here.
go. Yeah, Spire.
And look at that. Neutrophil's going immortal.
So as a Protoss player, right? If you see that they're trying to bust your front with a bunch of Lings, what is your usual response?
Void Ray. Stargate.
Void Ray.
Yeah.
Void Ray Stargate.
Stargate. Stargate for me. Well,
Yeah, but looks like he's going. He did a robo with a +1 attack on the ground and charge with the Twilight. So no Stargate, and let's see if this actually blindsides Neutrophil. I mean, he doesn't
Yeah.
have that much bank to be able to just flop down 10 mutas, right?
there you go.
And
Good
this
thing
is
he
gonna
went-
get. Yeah.
For a Phoenix hallucination, because he needs to spot that there's nothing on the ground except links. So there's something happening there.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna scout the Spire though, because I think the Spire
Yeah.
is right behind the main, so
There you go. He's gonna see
yeah,
this.
it is gonna get spotted.
Oh,
I wonder, he's making a.
go!
Oh, there it is.
There you
That's
go.
a
He
scout.
sees it.
Yeah, it's a good scout here by Neutrophil. Let's see what his response is. He adds some safety cannons.
Mhm.
Well, 1 cannon. Doesn't have one in his natural yet. But he does take third
Third,
ahead of the Zerg.
Sure.
So if this set of mutas, if they don't do damage or any type of anything that sets back the Protoss is just gonna balloon out of control here.
Yeah, that's true. He needs to use those links to just control the map, I guess, or he would have spotted that third base. But he's just sitting idly there.
Yeah, he really needs to use these mutas, or at the very least hunt down the prism, right? Because the prism went through his vision there on the bottom.
All right, looks like the links are now moving. All right.
Well, yeah, just
So
went
he
in,
spot-
just found
spotted
out
third.
third is on the way. Actually, it's really already finished. The mutas are out of position here to help in the main. There are
Yeah.
24 links coming. I think he's gonna try to jump
Alright,
on this.
the Prism's about to warp in on the top.
Yeah, but look,
There
the
you go.
mutas are gonna be in position. Now let's see how
Oh.
many kills these adepts.
I don't think
are
these
gonna
guys are
get.
gonna do enough. Oh, he killed one. Oh wait,
Yeah.
where did the
No, but
mutas go? What?
Yeah, but the
The
adepts
adepts are
shooting
killing.
at the queens.
Yeah.
Look, the adepts are
I
shooting
see.
at the queens, not on the drones. So
Yeah,
I
not
think
on the drones.
a missed
could've-
opportunity there by Neutrophil.
Yeah, he could have taken like what 4 or 5 drones there.
So there are a lot of links coming in. Let's see if he jumps on this third base. If he can get a kill on this third base, that would be a big advantage for him.
Yeah.
But let's see. He cycles in. He knows he can't do anything on the natural. Let's see if he brings
this is a good
everything here
choice.
in the third. There it is. Here are the links. There's that photon overcharge. That photon overcharge is gonna do a lot of work here.
Yeah. Looks like he's gonna sweep. Oh,
Yeah,
no,
that-
he did not. Look at that.
That's the photon overcharge, man.
That's crazy.
Well, it's not. It's just the battery overcharge. I'm sorry. That's
Oh yeah, the
back in
battery overcharge. That's right.
the heart of the swarm days. But more mutas are coming in. Dark
Alright.
Shrine is about
Dark
to
Shrine's
finish.
about to finish. So
Yeah, but
Let's
yeah, he can
see.
jump on this again because he can't cast another one.
yeah, he needs to bug out there. There's no way he can take
No,
this.
but he probably could. Oh no, that's a lot of.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Stalkers
stalkers. Oh, look at that. He's,
But you know what? The links underneath did a lot of
yeah,
work.
did a lot of work.
All right, this is a good move here by our Zerg player. There's more coming. The links underneath really are doing a lot because they're a good counter to stalkers,
Mhm.
and the Immortal is the worst unit in that engagement. Right? They can't shoot up, and they're not good against lings.
Oh, Prism's gonna scoot out.
Yeah, but he's gonna cancel
Sneaky,
the
sneaky.
third.
Oh, don't get spotted there. Because I'm pretty sure he's gonna probably warp in some DTs or something, just to harass those bases.
Yeah, but he did take the third out. He's in a
Yeah.
good he's in good position here with a third base up. He's ahead in workers. So let's see if
Ahead in supply too. Look at that, 115 to
look at the
72.
production tab. If you look at the production tab right now, it's a lot of things that Zerg is
Yeah.
making. Right? He's making he's just finished the Hydra Den, which is good. He's gonna jump on this third again, cancels it, takes out 4 drones, but let's see what Neutrophil does on the north side with his prism. He's not moving yet. He's gonna try to engage us, but that's a lot of links. It's gonna try to make us around on the mutas. I mean on the stalkers, but stalkers run away. Instead, fights the zealots. You know what? Freedom can take these trades, right?
Yeah.
14 more mutas. All right, now we're getting to a critical mass here, where you can have a lot of stalkers, but you might not have enough in these engagements because these mutas will just one-shot stalkers with a bounce effect.
Yeah, it's this
Right.
19. 27 mutas.
Yeah, that's a lot of mutas, and they're all making their way right there at the rally point to try to
Yeah.
take out the third again.
Let's take a look at the prism in the top.
Yeah, the prism
Looks
at
like
the
it's
top.
warping,
Let's see what it does.
warping something. It's
Yeah,
probably
but
a
there is
DP.
there are 2 spores there with 2 queens. So I think the 2 queens will be enough to defend this. He's not. No, but there's a big fight there, on the third location of the Protoss. But that's a lot of mutas.
That's a lot of mutas.
Yeah,
man.
you can see they're just one-shotting
Yeah.
stalkers now.
Then it's the stalkers. I mean the
Takes out. Oh, nice! It takes out the observer, chases the zealot, which is what Neutrophil wants. He's like, "Hey, let's get him out of my third in my front
Yeah.
porch." For the meantime,
Buy some
give me time to breathe. Right, storm is on the way, but that's
I don't
still
think he can
so far
defend the
away.
third, man.
I don't think so either. I think
He
these
needs to make
mutas.
more units first.
There's,
I think.
there it is.
Oh, he doesn't have
Big
money. That's
engagement
right.
here on the third. There is an
Yeah.
Archon, but that's a lot of mutas. I
That's
think
just
it's
a
just
lot of
gonna one-shot that Archon right there.
He can bust through this one. Look at that.
No, but I think he's playing it safe. He's just gonna take out
Yeah.
this third. Neutrophil is almost out of money, and he's a third of supply. So I think this is the beginning and the end here. Neutrophil's
but
processing the loss. He's gonna see what he can get done with the harass up north, which is
yeah.
really nothing with the 3 queens there. But I think this is it. He's at 52 supply. He's
Gets 145.
pretty much mined out in his main base. All right. And even Banelings, 27 Banelings. Woo!
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is the time where he just starts one-shotting these stalkers.
And then the Zerg is already taken fort.
Yeah.
So I think it's just there's no way for Neutrophil to go back on this game.
That's it.
Alright, there you go.
Wow, what an impressive win here. An upset.
Yeah.
By Freedom. But we say an upset, but we really didn't see the ceiling of what Freedom can offer. And maybe this is the ceiling, right? Because, he was more prepared this game than the previous games.
Yep. I think he's more of a... What do you think? Is he better on Zerg? On all the other races?
That I don't know. It's something we can ask him later in the interview.
Let's
that was a very impressive performance here using, the Zerg race.
Yeah.
All right. That was a pretty action-packed game. Good execution there by our Zerg player, well, our random player. But let's see if he's as prepared with the other races as he is with the Zerg in that game, right? It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. That was a good game. Good first game for Freedom.
Definitely. That's some high level control there. Good transitions. He let's get this started first.
All right, let's see. We're gonna be on Death Aura.
All right, Death Aura. All right, for those guys at home watching, this is
FSL Season 3.
Remember this was the last game started off with an early Ling Rush, right?
Yeah, a failed Ling Rush.
Yeah, failed Ling Rush. But let's introduce our players here. Spawning in the top left corner, as Terran, he is
Freedom.
All right, on the bottom right, he's down 1 game. Let's see if he can take this. Stay alive. It is
Neutrophil.
So first thing is, this is I think Neutrophil's best matchup, PVT. He's really good against Terrans. And the second thing is, I smell a cheese.
Coming, cause
break out that wine, right?
Look
now
at
he
that.
does make a barracks on his front, right, to disguise this.
This could. Ooh.
But there's 2 racks with 1 proxy. I think this is gonna be a Reaper play in the beginning.
Steal both gas.
But I don't think
both gas.
Actually, it doesn't matter right now. This actually just sets Neutrophil back 75 minerals because I don't think he had any intention of getting both gases. Now, if he was making 3 racks, making 2 racks in the proxy and then 1 in his base, then yeah, you need both gases to support 3 racks Reaper play, right?
Ooh, I like that. A forge for Neutrophil.
But no, I don't even see a gas. This is gonna be 100 Marine March here.
Yeah. Look at that, and Neutrophil went for 2 gas.
But Neutrophil is smelling something. Something's off.
Yep, look at that. He's scouting on the bottom, towards the bottom.
Yeah, this is gonna be just a bunch of Marines here.
Yeah.
No gases. And the thing is, Neutrophil knows this.
Yeah, look at that. He's putting a cannon on his choke on the ramp, which is good.
Yeah. Now, so.
Yeah, because he doesn't. He sees that there's no gas, so.
But you know what? If he does not have a sentry, like a bunch of Marines can just skirt to the right side and take a few pod shots from the cannon, but avoid it completely, right?
Yeah.
But let's see here. Yeah, neutrophil should know there's no gases taken. Even if you started your command center when I left, it shouldn't be done by now, and you wouldn't be mining any gas. So the only possibility that that would coming on his side would be just a bunch of Marines. But neutrophil has a ninja expansion.
Oh, that's why he didn't scout the way to the bottom. He wanted to do a ninja base. This could be deadly, though. I mean, if it doesn't stop this old
Yeah, because the
Marines.
Marines can easily skirt that.
Yeah.
Oh, there is a sentry. So that one sentry, as long as he's on point here.
Oh, and he's making a robo. So I guess. Oh, I wonder what the.
All right, so this is it. This is what you call, the all-in, right? When you're when you're playing poker, you have all your chips. And it's like, all right, I win or lose based on this play right here, because there's no going back.
Oh, he's taking. Oh, okay. So he canceled.
And
his
he's gonna reveal it.
expansion.
Now let's see. Oh, kill
He
that
canceled.
sentry first. You have to kill that sentry first.
Yeah.
You just have to go up. Kill that sentry first.
Oh no! Where's the
No, go in.
Where's this force shield?
No, there's no
Does he-
force field.
He doesn't have. Did he have any energy there?
Yeah, but of course, battery overcharge saves the day again.
Yep.
Yes, it does.
Just one battery.
So I think this was a
Day.
mistake here by Frieden, where number one, he should have skirted around much earlier, and number two, he should have gone behind the mineral line, away from
Yeah.
that shield
Away from
battery.
that shield battery. Oh boy.
Yeah,
Let's
so I
see.
think this was the all-in. He doesn't have a nexus. I mean, a command center. Doesn't even have gas.
Yeah.
He's just making Marines like Zerglings,
Very.
Slowlings, no stim.
Yep.
Yeah, and the thing is, these stalkers are faster,
Yeah.
have more range than Marines, so you can kite them all day without stim.
You can just pick
Right.
off this Marines.
Yeah.
He,
But you know what?
Neutrophil needs to
Neutrophil
make sure he
canceled-
doesn't lose that sentry though.
But he did cancel both nexus.
Yeah, he did.
Because, he said, all right, I can't die to this. I need all the units I can get. But, he's able to transition because neutrophil canceled his nexus. Now, in terms of tech, he's way behind. But in terms of economy, he's not that, he's not in dire situation here. He doesn't have stim though. He's just gonna get kited to death here.
Yeah, and then there's gonna be a shield battery again. So
Yeah.
yeah, this is gonna be hard for Frieden to win this one now.
It's a good idea. He might be able to get that one stalker, but no, he's gonna back off. He's just rallying Marines. I think his plan here is just keep making Marines, and once you run
he
out
was
of
able
mineral,
to take out 2 stalkers. Nice.
yeah, he's just gonna float his command center down once he runs out.
So let's see. Worker count 22. 22 probes against 18 SCVs.
Ah, there it is. There's the second command center. All right, so the game does go on. Because I think if he held down to that nexus there in the low ground, or even in the ninja location,
Expansion.
I think this would have been over.
Yeah.
I mean, tech-wise though, he's so far behind. It doesn't even have a factory. As soon as the prism makes its way across the map and starts warping in zealots or anything, I think that's just gonna be it. Unlike Protoss, Terran can't recall their Marines back, right?
Yeah.
Although
Look
I
at
say that, they're just walking back.
Yeah, look at that. He's pulling all of his barracks home.
Yeah, so he says, all right, let's hunker down. There's only one base during that time. Protoss just got their expansion. I'm not, that far behind in economy.
Alright, so Prism is about to warp in. Let's see, at the back.
Yeah, the Marines made it back. So
Yeah,
Sim is on the way.
probably a stalker play because he has blink.
Yeah, the Terran had that window there. I think he could have done a lot more damage.
Yeah, if he skirted
but-
around the mineral line, you're right, because that battery shield just kept the stalkers alive.
Yeah, but I think Neutrophil is gonna do a two-prong attack here. He's gonna poke in with the stalkers up front, and then come in with. Oh no, he's actually probably gonna ferry them up. Does he have blink?
Yeah, he has blink,
So he's gonna blink up.
but the concussive shells for the Terran is just finished.
Oh,
So,
with Marauders too. So here's the blink
Yeah,
up.
Marauders.
There's a lot of Marines though. If
Yeah,
they
there's
had
a lot of
Stim,
Marines.
these stalkers would have melted.
It's all about
You
micro
need to-
now.
You need to step in because a lot of Marines are shooting or are not able to shoot because they're far behind.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
good
he's
scan
got
there.
The observer, nice.
Yeah, but now he's producing Marauders, which is good. It's perfect against these stalkers. So now he has to be careful here. Stim
Yeah,
is
this
about
is-
to be finished.
This is a crazy bio force.
Oh, nice snipe on that prism. Now he can't blink up.
Can't
Or be
reinforce
careful
too.
because there's concussive shells on those
shells.
things.
Does he have zealot speed? I don't think he researched it. He needs to make a lot of zealots by now. And then
No, he has
transition
not
to
researched it yet.
Yeah, he needs to transition to psionic storm too.
Yeah. All right, so Archons are gonna be coming in, or maybe he's gonna save up the energy for those Templars.
All right, looks like the Terran just recovered from
But the
that
thing
failed cheese.
Yeah, it's a good scan there. Sees the unit composition, but the thing is, he can't really move out until he has medivacs. Because half of his army are less than half health, right?
Yeah.
And so he can't really spin anymore. But there's a third.
All right. You see Templars, nice.
Yeah, but there's no storm.
Yeah,
He hasn't even started the research. On the
Research.
storm. Storm research there.
And even the what you call this? Even with his zealot speed.
All right, so here's another blink harass here.
Blink harass here. Let's see.
Yeah, he has to be careful though, because
Yeah, he needs to cut down that. Get out of there. Nice. Frida needs to put a few turrets by now on those side.
Yeah.
He's gonna get harassed more on those stalkers.
There's a turret. Now here's
Turret.
command center. So it's way behind in workers though. He's
Yeah, I
20,
think
20
Frida
workers. behind.
forgot to make medivacs too. Look at that.
Oh!
Still no medivacs.
Yeah, Medivac 1 is coming out, but
Oh yeah, he's making already. Okay, good.
so that's one of the more annoying things Protoss can do here. Just blink in, kill a lot of stuff, blink out. Dark Shrine is on the way. 2 Medivacs are gonna be doing overtime here, healing all of those injured units.
Yeah, I think Neutrophil forgot about his zealot speed because he has a lot of zealots, but hasn't started research on it. All right, time to blink up.
He's gonna blink up again, but he's gonna lose. Now I think these stalkers are kind of stuck now. Oh, that's a bad place to warp in.
He lost
Get
all
out.
his stalkers
And he lost
his
the warp
prism.
prism.
Oh, that's a bad loss right there. That's a lot of loss.
All right, so this gives an opportunity for Freedom to catch up here.
Yeah, but you know what? Looking at the supply count, 121 for Protoss and only 70 for Terran. Wow.
Yeah, I mean 20 of that is a worker count, right?
Yeah.
But now I'd like for Freedom to start dropping in a little bit more gateways.
All right, finally, Neutrophil's researching speed for Zealots.
Because I thought, earlier I thought this game was gonna end right away, but
I know, right?
no, we're gonna get to late game here. Looks like Neutrophil's gonna transition to air. Still no storm here for Neutrophil, but that's a lot of Zealots though.
Yeah.
And you're gonna need some sort of AOE against Zealots, right? Best one would be the Widow Mines. If you can hit a armor shredder on them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's right now in its composition. I think those Zealots.
I think I don't think he realized he doesn't have storm tech yet. He has a lot of Templars with him.
Yeah.
Look at that. He has a lot, but he doesn't have the research done.
So here's a Raven coming in.
You know what? I've done this mistake multiple times as Protoss. I really hate it. I bring a full army.
There's the Widow Mine. One Widow Mine here would be devastating for the Zealots, and here it is. It's gonna fire. Oh! Takes out all the shields for that set of group.
Oh man! Imagine if you had storm at this point.
And now the Marines and the they can take this totally. They can even pick off one of these Archons.
Yeah.
So
in recalling.
So he loses. So in that scenario, right? A Terran, because it's mostly ground units. That's when you lift the command center.
Yeah.
So it doesn't take fire. But
there you go. Neutrophil researches storm.
There it is. It's halfway done. But it could have helped tremendously in that battle.
Yeah, he could have taken that whole army of Freedom actually. Oh, he's bringing a. I think he misclicked there.
Gonna poke in again. Oh, he just brought in his.
Yeah, a lot of probes. All right, here comes special forces.
But you know what? I would have liked to see him attack in two directions here. Ooh, there's friendly fire here for the Widow Mine, but
there's a lot of
yeah, but
healing.
He's already evacuated that area.
Ooh,
he already floated his command center.
Yeah.
So it wasn't. I mean, he did kill 10 SCVs, which is good.
Interesting choice of ninja base for Neutrophil.
Well, the reason you take that ninja base is because of the gas. Those are rich gas Vespine, so you get more gas per trip.
Oh, they are. I didn't realize they have rich gas.
That's why you don't take those bases.
Interesting. 2,200.
No, so per trip, it's just like the gold minerals, but for gas.
Oh, I didn't know that. So okay.
So if you look at a regular expansion, right?
Yeah.
You see it's green, but if you look at that expansion, it's purple.
I see. Oh, good to know.
Now you know. So next time we play you, I'm gonna make sure you don't expand in those locations. But this is a scary army here. Well, yeah, actually, Protoss army is scarier. With Storm.
Oh man, with Storm, with Tempest.
Now, if you had Ghost EMP, there's an armor shredder, so he can really wreck this army here.
Storm needs some Storm.
Let's see if the Storms connect. Oh
my gosh!
But you see, look how fast the Zealots melt under.
Yeah. Those Storms are just too much, man.
Much damage from the Storm, and that signals a GG here.
Yeah.
Good game 2.
Okay.
We are going to game 3.
Freedom's unit just ate up the Storm, so.
Yeah. We got there, but Neutrophil was ahead, right? The entire game with that failed Marine rush. Now, Freedom did have that window there where he could have done a lot of damage if he avoided number 1 the cannons. And then avoided the battery,
battery shield,
and then fought where where the mining probes were.
Line.
Yeah, because if he pulls the probes and he doesn't mine, you don't have to chase them, right?
Yep.
Because you're be like, okay, you don't need to come. I'll just stay here. You can't mine, and you force the fight there. But instead, he fought him right in the middle, even where the cannons can reach them as well. And then the battery overcharge just, you know, made it not close.
Yeah. That's crazy. That battery shield.
Yeah, and so,
Overcharge.
for all those Protoss players out there, which we do have a lot here in FSL, don't forget to make your shield battery.
Yep.
It's the difference between dying and winning convincingly against those quick
Yep. Sometimes
shenanigans. Yeah.
battery shield is better than a cannon sometimes, right? It's
Yeah,
crazy how good
definitely.
it is. All right, let's go. We're gonna be on
Sure, our
light
second
shade.
player is ready.
Looks like we're gonna get to a game 3. That's kind of cool, right?
Yeah, our
Yeah,
second game
that's
3 in a row.
waiting for, man. What we always look for is a game 3.
Yes, sir. So no camera tonight, guys, for Frieden. Hopefully he gets his set up.
GG last match. You just want to make sure the GG was for the last match, not an offensive GG like some people I know would do.
I know, right?
All right, for those just tuning in, this is
FSL Season 3.
All right, Sir Malgan, would you like to do the honors?
All right, let's introduce the players on the bottom right. He just won a game 2, so the series is tied. It is
Neutrophil.
And on the top left corner, spawning Terran again. He is
Frieden.
All right, like I said, this is Neutrophil's best matchup, so unfortunately, he's gonna have to face him against his best matchup. Frieden is. Let's see how he does. He does take a very.
He's gonna steal the gas again. Oh.
But that's a very early gas here.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so the reason I say that Neutrophil's best matchup is against a Terran, right? From all the games I've seen him play, especially the big tournament with the PSL, he did beat a Terran Grandmaster, right?
Oh wow.
And so that's why I think that this favors Neutrophil. Now, if it was a Protoss versus Protoss, or just like the first game, Protoss versus Zerg, you can take games off of Neutrophil that way. But let's see what Frieden does here. That was a very early gas. I wonder what he's planning to do that because so it's going to be a very fast factory here. He has enough for a factory right now. As soon as the barracks is done, he's going to drop it
down there. Oh, look at that!
Oh, it's a proxy. That's why. So it's timed out well, where he harvested enough gas that as soon as the barracks is done, he can drop the factory right away. Now he's most likely going to follow that up either with his starport, or he's gonna float that factory up to that corner there, to the ledge, out of vision of the Protoss, and start making either Hellions or Widow Mines. But let's see. There's a command center. I was about to say that he needs to make a command center soon.
Both of them do it expanded at the exact same time.
Yeah. But let's see what he does with this. So the factory's done. Is he floating it? Yep, he is floating the factory. So now let's see what he makes. Is he gonna make Widow Mines or Hellions?
Oh, look at that.
Oh, Widow Mines. So he's
if
probably gonna bank this up.
Yeah, imagine if that Twilight Council would just drop to the left a few pixels, you might probably spot that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He could see that actually.
Actually, when I play Protoss, I start making it a point to at least have vision of my entire base with pylon placements.
Yep, exactly. That's what I do too.
But here's the first Widow Mine. It's gonna be followed up with a starport. Let's see if the starport he's gonna make a tech on this. Yeah, he does. Tech lab on it.
So
It's gonna be followed up with Banshees here.
Banshees or oh yeah, that's right, Banshees.
But does he have vision of that?
Can we see if what's his vision
No,
right
he
now?
does not. He can't see it.
Oh my gosh! Oh, there it is. The
There
mine
it
is
is.
there.
There's the first Widow Mine.
Mine. He has
And
to
how
take
many
a
is
lot
he
of
gonna
damage
kill?
here.
Oh, three. Three's not
Three.
bad. He repositions. He runs away to the cover of the other Widow Mine, and it's gonna cause
Still
the
needs
stalker
make
to
that
run away.
ASAP. There it is. All right.
So more Widow Mines are coming. It's gonna be followed up by a Banshee here. This is causing a lot of mining time here.
Oh no! Why did he bunch up his? He should have.
Oh,
spread
that
his,
stalker's gonna be forfeit.
Oh.
That's a good move here. But he's not making the Banshee. There's the Banshee. And let's see if he gets Cloak as well. Right?
Oh boy. Neutrophil lost a lot of mining time there.
A lot of mining time lost here. But at the same time, well, yeah, he hasn't expanded yet. Our Terran player hasn't expanded on the other side.
He needs to float this factory now. Okay, there you go. Yeah, bug out there now.
Okay, so the Banshee's gonna be done. It doesn't have Cloak, but it can. You know what?
Damage.
It might do a lot of damage here since the units are out of position.
Yeah.
Oh no, but he's gonna bank it. He's not moving it out yet because it takes. If you have two Banshees, you can one-shot probes, right? So that's your magic number. All right, so here's Frieden taking his expansion, his natural. Now with all of those probe kills, he's still 3 SCVs behind, but he's making them now. But that was a lot of mining time lost for the Protoss, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at also their worker count. Despite losing 5 probes, he's still ahead, 31-30.
Yeah, because I think Frieden forgot to make
SCVs.
His, command center into
orbital.
An orbital, but it looks like he's spreading out his Banshees. So he should probably send the other Banshee now to the main base. There it is.
There it is.
So
Neutrophil wisely pulls his probes.
Yeah, it's a good.
Make sure it
good
doesn't get
there.
damaged.
But there is one there in the back. It's gonna not kill any. It's gonna run away, but that missed mining time there, that's damage.
The attack.
There's
nothing here for Frieden, man.
There's a few units on the low ground. He's trying to make their way up north. He's gonna need to fight with SCVs though.
Blink.
Yeah, but the SCVs will be able to tank for them. That is a cancelled stim, however. That's a big deal. Probably needs to scan, kill that.
And his expansion isn't mining. Look at that. Nice.
Yeah, because of that one Banshee there.
Because of that one Banshee.
Banshee decides, you know what? I've been waiting for probes. I'm not gonna go in.
Oh.
Oh. But he does have detection. He needs to bolt out of there. He's gonna lose one Banshee, however. But he's not mining there.
Yeah.
That's damage done, actually, right?
Yep. So you're essentially just mining in one base. Oh, that SCV tried, man. Tried to kill that stalker.
Well, it did its job to scan, but the other units are just making their way down.
Alright, this is not looking good for...
Yeah, he needs to make a tank, right?
Yeah.
Just one tank. Oh, if you can snipe that one... he needs to run back. That's not enough bio there.
Blink stalkers are gonna... Oh, there we go. The Banshees came home.
Banshees with blink... with cloak.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, he needs to get out of there. He's gonna lose another stalker, maybe another one, but Bio's right underneath. He can't fight that as well. No.
Oh, he's gonna take 2
That's
Banshees.
take a lot of. That's a bad trade here.
Focus on the Banshees. Get out of there.
Oh.
There. Oh, he takes out.
He's gonna take both. No, just one. But there are more Marauders on the ramp. He needs to run out of there. All right, so after all of that, we're even in supply. Freedom,
Credence
well,
had workers,
Neutrophil
but
is
not that-
now having a big bank here. He needs to start spending it. He realized, I can just make zealots, but they'll be slow. I need to research and charge for it.
Yeah. Two hallucinated Phoenix.
This is a very competitive game here.
Yeah. I
Giving
can action.
Neutrophil a run for his money. All right, so here's Gateway Explosion. We're able to spend his money, Neutrophil. But at the same time, our Terran players, making his third command. He's making a bunch of Marauders with Medivacs. He's going to need to have some anti-Zealots here because I bet you there's going to be a bunch of Zealots going to be warping pretty soon. But he's going to try to blink again. But he has to be careful because Blink Stalkers are terrible against Marauders.
Yeah.
All right, but there's a Warp-in with just Adepts. All right, there's a good split here for Frieden, sending a few up north
Nice
and then
blinks
taking care
by-
of this.
Yeah, nice blink by Neutrophil. Okay.
No, but he uses his SCVs to fight. That's not a good thing. I mean, it'll get the job done, but you lose 4.
Yeah.
But here's Frieden on the march. He's gonna see if he can. Oh, picks off one stalker and see if he can get something done here. If he keeps going, he can probably cancel that third.
Yeah. He has a good bio now.
Yeah, it's a very good bio. Now, there's not that much Zealots produced yet, so.
That's a lot of Marauders. No Marines,
He
actually.
went back, so he's not gonna go in yet. I think he realized that he doesn't have stim, and so he really can't commit, which I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Okay, but there's a big Warp-in in the back of his base. Well, not a big Warp-in. 3 Zealots.
There comes the special ops, guys.
Yeah, the Banshees are gonna do work. Nope, they're just evacuated. Wait, did he lose the Warp? Oh no, the Warp Prism escapes, so the shimmies its way to the right side, picks up the Zealots. There's a lot of Marauders there. Now, I think I would like for him to do something before Storm is completed, so maybe get himself positioned so as soon as Stim is done, he can actually hit the third.
So let's see. Did Neutrophil forget his research on Psionic Storm? Oh, it's halfway. Nice.
Halfway, but the Stim is about to be finished. So if you're in position here now, and you actually hit the third, you'll be in good shape, right?
Yep.
Now, there are a lot of Zealots. Well, are there? Let's see. How many Zealots does he have? 13. That's not as much. Ooh, nice. Takes out 3 probes and 1 stalker. So that's a good trade. There's another Banshee making its way to the 3 o'clock side, which pulls the army of Neutrophil. No, he doesn't.
Man, Frieden's army composition isn't that good. Look at that. 22
Yeah,
Marauders.
it's good in that specific window, but now it's not
No,
going to be
it's- yeah.
scaling as well.
3
Alright, so
Marines, it's not enough.
There's a harass in the main base, yeah, but that's not enough. That's enough. The BIOS are gonna take care of this, or is it?
Are those just, oh yeah, stalkers? I mean stalkers, zealots. Oh,
Yeah, so that should be enough for that one Marine. But this is just buying Neutrophil time, right? Because now Storm is done, and let's see how much energy he has. 1, 2, 3 Storm.
Yeah.
This is gonna blanket this army. Now
This
the Marauders,
army's not gonna be enough.
yeah, but Marauders are a little beefy, so maybe if he kites,
Yeah, but look at that. Oh man.
yeah, but he can survive 1 or 2 storms and just back up and heal, and then go again. Because the
he only has 1 medivac.
yeah, you're right. The one Medivac is doing overtime. The other Medivacs, yeah, he does have 1 Medivac.
Only 1 medivac on that army, so
Yeah. Oh, and then he's gonna donate 2 more Marauders there. 6 Marauders being produced at a time. So, Neutrophil needs to be careful though because he's more. I mean, you don't have a. Well, there it is. There's a Zealot
Yeah, those are gonna attack stalkers.
and one Medivac. That's not enough. That's a good dodge at the
That's
storm.
not enough. He needs more medivacs. I think this is it, man. There's no way.
Well,
to
you
stop
know,
him.
there's still a lot more up there. Unless the storm hits perfectly.
Storm again.
Oh, another storm. And there's
GG.
a. So he had a window there.
Yeah.
And you can tell. I mean, this is Neutrophil's best matchup. And so unfortunately, he draws Terran twice.
Yep.
But let's interview our players here.
That would be awesome if they had Protoss versus Protoss at the end. All races.
Yeah, it would have been cool if we see Protoss
Hey, guys.
game.
Hey, good
All right,
game,
good
guys.
job, guys.
Hey, yeah, good game, man. Those were good matches. Those were fun.
In games, but let's interview first Frieden. So,
Yeah.
Frieden, good job on game one. I liked the way you prepared and played that as Zerg. Now, as Terran, the second game, did you plan to go all Marines on that game sometime today if you draw Terran?
I did, yeah. Like we were discussing just a few days ago when was doing my first matches. I mean, sometimes with random you're lucky, sometimes you're not. Honestly, with Terran, dude, if there was an option for a race where you say not Terran, I would choose that.
Unfortunately, you drew Terran twice.
Yeah, I mean, like for me, random is like I really want Protoss or Zerg, and I love playing both, but yeah, sometimes you just get unlucky, and I do some matches that are fun with Terran. So these matches, I was actually pretty happy with my Terran. Like you said, I started with Marines. I thought that I would just go all in Marines, and then it became pretty clear that I think I did some pretty good damage early. I think I delayed Neutrophil quite a bit, but then yeah, of course I put myself really far behind too, and so then I backed down, and yeah, I wasn't really sure what I would do after that. So it was kind of just making it up as I went along.
Yeah, game two with the Terran, I think you had a window there where if you just avoided the cannon and the shield battery, I don't think he could have faced you up front, right, head on. But game three, you had a window there too. It had a good army if you'd moved out at a specific time. But again, we can see everything, and you can. It's hard to make that decision. But you know, it's really good. We had that opportunity, but it was a good job. So
I
now,
think,
any questions?
Yeah, I mean
This-
that
Go ahead.
what you call it, factory you floated to neutrophil space. It was good. It was nice, but unfortunately, as neutrophil always loves to go robo, so yeah, he always goes robo. So yeah, I mean you had that window. You did kill what, 4 probes, 5?
Yeah,
probes?
and a stalker, right?
Yeah, and a stalker. That's right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It would have been
Usually
better.
the factory float. I haven't seen that in a long time. Like I don't know. I don't watch pro games, so I don't know what the pros are doing or whatever. But like that was like back in that was years ago. People were doing things like that.
Yeah, they still do.
Yeah. 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 Mhm. Do you remember when there's specific maps that were set up for that too? That they had like the smoke screen in the corner or something, and like kind of miss maps like that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but
that's OG man right there. Those were old school.
yeah, but it was a really good showing today, Frieden. You played a lot better than last week. Unfortunately, this game, you know, you're facing the FSL season favorite, Neutrophil, and you know,
Yeah, he
Hey man, if he is, hey, we've been like this was a fun match for me, you know, and it went back and forth quite a bit, and I really enjoyed it. I think, yeah, I'm glad you guys think I was playing better. I'm trying to like warm up into it, so I was happy with my Terran play in particular. So, hey man, it's an honor to get my ass beat.
Yeah, definitely much better games. I see you improving a lot over the next few. This kind of, you know, FSL thing definitely helps for something like that. So that's the cool thing.
Yeah, sure.
I do have one comment though. You know how you went random and you're like, I don't want Terran and all that. You know what?
Yeah.
In FSL, we don't have rules about your race. You can switch race anytime you want. So if you want to
Okay.
pick Protoss and Zerg, you know, specifically for the map, you can do that. There's no rule for that here.
What?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me this. I should have known.
Okay, Malagant.
Wait a minute, I didn't know
we're
this.
gonna see your Zerg that's 2 leagues below your normal level.
Yeah. Well, so unfortunately, Frieden, you drew Terran twice against
Yeah.
Neutrophil's best race, right? I was mentioning in the cast, and it was pointed out by KG Freedom. Neutrophil beat, in the PSL tournament, Grandmaster Terran, right? And so he's really prepared.
Yeah.
When I played him in the Season 2 finals, I lost all 3 of my Terran matches against him.
Yeah, and that's the
So
thing.
I don't feel that bad about it. I don't feel that bad about it then.
No, you had a chance to win both games, and the guy he beat was a Grandmaster Terran the last time in the FSL. So definitely good showing for you. Much better, crisper
That was
on
an
your
impressive
builds.
third game. So,
Yep.
yeah.
So yeah, let's
job.
interview the winner.
Good
All
job,
right.
Neutrophil.
Thank you.
So, were you feeling a little bit nervous or something was off because you weren't as tight in certain spots than you usually are? How do you feel in these games?
I don't think I was really nervous. It's just like I was just kind of messing up. Like I noticed I was F2ing a lot, or I forgot to get Storm in charge at one game.
Yeah, there's the second game. I think you forgot your storm. You went with what 5 Templars, and then you attacked the third base of the Terran. And then, oop, you had to recall because you didn't have
Yeah.
storm. Yeah.
And just some little bit like micro mistakes that you usually take care of that you're a little bit more on point on. So I just noticed that. I was just wondering if if you were tilted on some points or some, but you still got the victory. Congratulations. When you saw that factory float, right? How do you usually deal with that right away?
I actually haven't faced that in the longest time, but I just heard the Mine Burrow. I just tried to like pull my workers away so I don't lose anything, and I just try to flush it out. I usually get robo early, so mines aren't usually an issue.
Yeah, the early robo usually shuts that down. So, yeah, you know what, Neutrophil, I would love to see you go Stargate sometime, one of these games, because I always see you do robo. So be careful with that. Your opponents might scout. You might realize, oh, okay, he goes robo. So.
Well, he does go Stargate once he gets to late game Terran.
Yeah.
Right? That's when he starts adding Tempests in his composition, which is
that's right.
But in this league or in games that people scout you and try to get used to your tendencies, they might start countering that. So I'd probably be good to start mixing in different things here and there just to throw people off. Just a quick comment, but good job.
But yeah, good job.
I do have a question though. I do have a question on the Zerg game, right? I think you were in a great spot in the Zerg game, but the mutas kind of caught you off guard. I think, right? Did you think you had enough stalkers to take care of it, or what do you think happened there?
Yeah, I think I had enough stalkers, but then when I went to go defend my third, I got surrounded by the Lings, and I just kind of lost them all. So
it was a snowball thing that just kind of caught you off guard, you think?
Yeah.
Frieden did a good job, really, denying you that.
Yeah, that's actually very impressive for him to win the Zerg game there, because he was actually, in my opinion, behind in that game.
Yeah, he was behind.
Right? Zerg, that's third
Well,
base
yeah,
and all
because
that.
remember, it started off with a big swell of Lings, right? He made
and he
20 or
failed.
so and tried to bust the front, but the force field just came at the right time. And then the Lings that got through couldn't do anything with the shield battery finishing just in time. So he was behind at that point.
Exactly. Once you commit to that many Lings, he recalled the 2 Adepts, didn't do anything with it. You are way behind a Zerg. I mean, trust me, I know. Play Zerg.
But
So
it was a good transition there by Frieden, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
All right. Well, I guess, guys, that'll do it. Thanks for the interviews there. Congratulations. We'll see you in your next match. So, Seth, Malagant, why don't you guys show up on the screen? We'll get chat about our next matches.
All right. Good game, Neutrophil. Congrats.
All right, so our next match is this Friday, because now we're transitioning. Now the PSL's over.
Yeah, PSL's over. We have time.
To Wednesday and Friday nights. But we do have a special event here Friday. But before that, our 3 matches this Friday would be.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Let's take a look, guys. By the way, it's on the website SciStorm.com/FSL, or if you want to check out Liquipedia, it's there too. So let's try Liquipedia first, so you guys can check that out. and I'll show you guys that on screen. But so the next matches. So we have matches. We try to do code B, code A, and code S's, right? So
Yeah, so there'll be a code, each one of the division for each night, right? So we'll have a representative.
Yep.
So
So
the next match would be, we have here our improved Miguela, who's now 1-1 in the season.
that's right.
Right?
Yeah.
She looked good in the last game. She actually looked good in the first game too. It's just Typhoon Fusion, I think, just eked out the victory.
Yep.
But she's going to be facing against Alessandra, a newcomer.
Alessander. That's right.
And in this game, Miguel is favored. So if she gets her second victory, right, she's closer to making it to the playoffs.
Nice.
Correct.
Yeah, I need to coach her. I haven't been.
Yeah, I'm
coaching her.
surprised you have
She's been-
not coached her, and she's done well without your help.
It's
I
the
know, right?
cousin who's taking on that.
It's actually
the
Neutrophil
job.
helping coach.
Yeah, Neutrophil and the other boys
You
helping
useless mentor.
All right. And our code B.
And let's look at code B real quick, guys. There you go. Oh, code A.
Yeah, that was code. Oh yeah, code B, and then
Code
code A now. We have Hyper Turtle facing above Cyan. So Cyan.
Ooh, I don't know who's gonna win that.
Yeah, because Cyan dropped the match against Spaghetti in the opening game, but that was all 3 games were close, right? So I'm looking forward to see where I'm sure he's gonna be preparing for this. This is a Protoss versus Protoss. Hyper Turtle, got the victory against Archnog. He looked decent, right? He looked, on point.
It's hard to say, yeah, relatively.
But I think they're both the same skill level, and it'll be exciting to see, who edges out.
Yep. So yeah, that's that. So we have Miguela, Alessander, Cyan, Hyper Turtle, and then finally Code S. Ooh.
All right.
That's Dark
So we
Menace
have-
and Mizel.
That's right.
DSL. Oh,
DLS Mizel.
Yeah, so let's see. I mean, Dark Menace's favorite matchup is against Zerg, but he doesn't mind facing Terrans. He just doesn't like to face against Protoss, right? I think that has to do with the fact that whenever
The
he
Sky
plays
Toss.
Neutrophil or these cheesy Protosses, right?
DTs or Sky Toss.
DTs.
Or cannons.
I know.
But this is against a Terran and against Mizel, who's also a diamond, right? I probably would favor Dark Menace just by a hair, but I think this is going to be a close matchup.
Yeah, that'll be a good match too. So there you go. That'll be cool. So that's coming up in the next couple of days. So that would be, what's our schedule again?
Yeah, so Fridays at 8 p.m. starts.
Mm-hmm.
And after all these 3 games, we're looking into doing a 2v2 tournament. We're still ironing out the details.
Yeah, so Friday night, guys, we're going to do a 2v2 tournament. We're trying to figure it out. It's probably one of those things where we do just a show match of 4 selected teams or 2 selected teams, right? We'll do it right after the cast because we do have time for it, and I'll put in a minimal prize pool also on top. So I think it'll be a fun match. So it's a 2v2 teaser. It's not an official tournament where it's open, but it's just 2v2 invitational.
And we can test out our new map picker for 2v2 games.
There you go. So we got lots of improvements. We got the map picker that Seth is helping out here with. We even got an AI bot, if you haven't noticed, on our channel. We have that both for Trovo and Twitch available now. And then of course the production. These are all in-house developed things. The production where you see the intros. So that's the cool thing. We're working up. This is fun for us. So thanks for tuning in, guys, on all of this. Alright, guys. That's gonna do it for this match. So we will see you guys this Friday. What time?
It's game time.
It's game time. 8 p.m. U.S. Eastern. We'll see y'all later. Have a good evening and good
Have a good
morning
one, guys.
on the other side of the world.
GGs.
Laters.
GG's.
GG's.
All good. All right, guys. Catch you guys Friday. Sige, Chong.
Coach up Miguela, man. Make sure she's ready.
I know, right? Oh man, I just need to set up some time for her. So, dang it, been busy.
Because you know that's a important game there because
too many medevacs. Maybe I'll wait for the rest of the Vikings to come out. This person's just playing Macro Simulator and making random units. Ah, no! I'm just gonna attack her. I meant to say GG, but I really wonder sometimes why I play this game. So to answer your question, Creation, that's how the games are going tonight. Cause TUT?